Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Hello, welcome again. Round two.
Hello.
Two. Yes, and we've been saying thank you, and we love you, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Oh, the fun of streaming. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of The Role Players, where we are playing the world's best role-playing game ever created, the Dungeons and Dragons. We're trying to recreate what we did before. So, in the spirit of that, I have to tell you,
came off.
I was walking around today with my hashtag MFD&D shirt, which I love, and I wish I could wear it on here, but it's green and it like disappears to the green screen. So, per Chad's suggestion, we think we're going to get some of those maybe put in the merch shop because they are good in non-green colors for those of you that are streaming.
That's those.
Yeah. So, happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody. We love you all. Hope everybody is staying safe out there. I know the Rona is going crazy. Not related. Maddie is sick tonight, not with Rona, but she's sick. She's almost better. We'll see her next week. We miss her a bunch, and she misses all of you. So, I'd say let's just jump right into some quick announcements. I think, Peter, you're taking them tonight before we jump in.
Yes. First, and I think you'll add more to this. We're at the 700 Club, folks.
That's right.
We are 700.
Yeah, thank you. I meant to tell all the players. I was waiting until we got on live. Yes, we hit. In fact, for our big giveaway that we're doing tonight, I was going to say if we can hit 700 followers on the air, I'll do a second giveaway. But we hit it before we even started tonight because you are all amazing. So we're going to be doing a second giveaway. So our first main giveaway, we're pulling that winner tonight. That's going to be Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, a role player shirt, a set of dice from Skull Splitter.
Splitter.
I think that was it, right? The second winner will receive a t-shirt and a set of dice from Skull Splitter. Oh, a painted mini from Thrill Studios for the first giveaway. Yes, I knew I was forgetting something. We will be pulling that tonight, so stay tuned for that. Peter, you can do the rest of the announcements, please.
Yes, I will. Okay. Well, speaking of, let's start with our Thrill Studios. I ordered this mini that you can't get. If you're going to get this mini, you got to buy a Kickstarter. And we know Kickstarters are like $70 something just to get a few minis. So what Thrill Studio does is it buys all these Kickstarters and then sells the individual minis. So I just bought myself a Rasputin.
That's smart. Wow.
Yeah, Rasputin mini with just fireballs coming out of the hand, which I'm going to paint up and use. And so it saved me a bunch. So I just got that actually today. I opened it up. Looks fantastic. So that's Thrill Studios. The discount is below.
Discount? What?
15% off, TRP 15, and you can use that.
Correct.
However, I believe right now they have a Black Friday sale, so the two are not compatible. So you're not going to get an extra discount because I tried that and it doesn't work.
Damn.
Right now, they do give you one or the other, and I think they're using their own at Thrill Studios, which is still fantastic. But any other time, TRP 15, get on Thrill Studios. They have fantastic stuff from all your favorite Kickstarters and games that collect minis.
For example, hold on.
Here we go.
Good old Snack Attack. This came from Thrill Studio. This is a fantastic mini. They have amazing, cool stuff. So definitely check them out.
They do. And
so
then,
Peter,
yes,
does this mean? Sorry to interrupt, but does this mean that on our Discord, which if you're not a part of, you should be a part of, and there are links to join this down below, that you're going to be posting some pics of a painted Rasputin at some point?
I sure will. Thank you very much, my friend Chad. Yes, I will. When I get to that, Old Rasputin, which is a good beer, we'll be
it is
there.
a good beer.
So it's a heavy one, so be careful, folks.
That is a stout, if I remember correctly.
It's a big-time stout. It's a heavy one. It will give you a skull-splitting hangover. Wait, what?
What a transition.
Good transition. So Skull Splitter dice. Special effects, anyone?
Splitter.
Splitter.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Splitter.
Wonderful dice to which you need to get, folks, and fantastic stocking stuffers. So, and what we're doing is giving a discount always. You can see that below in case you forget what I say. TRP SS 15 for Skull Splitter. SS for Skull Splitter. Dice, and go get yourself, look up some dice, and they have other cool stuff there too. So TRP SS 15, and that's our sponsors, and we love you and thank you for being on board with us here at the Role Players. Let's get it on.
Yeah, and thank you to our amazing community for using those codes and supporting those sponsors so that the sponsors support the show and we keep this whole machine running. We really appreciate all the love and support. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hit our intro, and then we'll be back to play a little D&D tonight. Be right back.
Yes. Let me tell you a story about a time that me and my friends found a new world. It started on a ship brought together by a storm. We traveled through the rift to a new world beyond. We were thrown into shackles, we were hunted down by thieves, but we'll never let it stop us from sailing up Niagara Lee. For we are thee.
All right. Well, hello and welcome back.
Selfie on Slack, peeps. Selfie on Slacks.
Oh gosh, I keep forgetting the selfies for our. We'll take them at the break for our.
We're not back yet, so Ashley doesn't know we haven't taken selfies. Oops.
Oh wait. Oh no, we are. Okay. Yes. If you want to support us more, we do have a Patreon, and we are about to unleash a whole bunch of new content there. So, all right, everyone. So bringing it in, let's first of all let's kick a little atmospheric music here, so we get in the mood as we talk about last week. As I try to remember what happened, which normally I write my beautiful little thing, but we're gonna kind of wing it tonight. Where is this?
I like a wing it.
It's fun sometimes just to wing it.
Recap.
Just a little lick and a prayer. A lick and a prayer.
Happens?
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's just kind of nice sometimes.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. Well, so
Impulsive illustration.
last time in Anacroli, if you all remember, you had just arrived in Pelkey, which was the southern swamp region, a city in the southern swamp region of Anacroli. And you all made your way downstairs to this really rough tavern. This place, run down sort of building. You can see through the boards to the swampy water swirling below. And you started to have this conversation of kind of everything that you're going up against and what's happening in your world. And you look over and you see a couple random patrons, even kind of midday, and this really kind of, disinterested barman watching you. And you tried some frog bite, some hooch essentially, which was quite entertaining. And then you made your way, getting a little bit of information that the person you really need to talk to is Hortzak, an old adventurer, and you make your way across the town, entering this dark room to see this crocodile person. And he welcomes you in. He's a really nice guy, and he's telling you that he's been in contact with a certain Rena that you know as Laura Rena, and he's going to help lead you to an area in the swamp that a month before hooded figures were seen. After getting you ready with some waders, some swamp gear, you got in his boat and you started going downstream. And you can see this is a swamp has its own beauty. Hi, Luna. with this beautiful trees overhanging and moss, and you hear the background of the crickets and the birds and all the interesting wildlife that calls this swamp home. However, as you went a little bit further and you went around the corner, you saw a boat being lifted out of the water, these snake-like tendrils gripping and crushing it. You saw a man ripped in half in front of your eyes. You all jumped in to save this family that is on this boat as they were screaming. All of you, one by one, led by Dagmara, jumped to action, attacking the vines, which end up being this sort of two plant creatures, much bigger than Hortzak had seen before. And with swift action, you managed to finally kill these things and save this family. And it turns out that this person, the father of this little group, was an actual archivist for the kingdom, down from Asley, here to meet a contact that never showed. He was told it was fairly safe, not too deep into the swamp, which he thought it would be fun to bring the family. Not a good life choice. I'm not here to judge. It ended up being a bad idea, as there are rumors that the swamp is turning more dangerous lately. And Seville, you stepped off to the side, get a little bit more information about the contact that he was supposed to meet with before letting him go on his way. And that's where we find you today. Your boat is nearby, and we got to see Hortzak jump into action. The barbarian that he was ran right up in front of those plant creatures, but one by one you start to filter back towards each other as the family makes their way upstream. What would you like to do? And I'm going to change the music. All right.
Well, I just look at Seville and I look at just everything that just happened, and as this man dissipates into the distance kind of disappears into the distance with his family, and I kind of look after him a little concerned, just because of knowing what dangers lurk in the swamp. And I just look at my group, and Seville specifically. Ramta, what do we do from now?
Hortzak, you said something about these necromancers coming in about when?
Well, from what I gather, it was about a month back.
A month back. So that means if they checked this site out, they might have prepared something for us. Now, you know what we have, what Araset carries, and also what we got off of that idol or key or something that we've been playing around with. It's something of that nature, and we know without that they can't affect these sites, or at least that's what we're hoping. So going in, we have to be ready for an ambush, something they've set up.
Well,
A month ago was like a week longer than when we all met.
Which is like 10 years ago.
well, look, I don't know. Rena didn't tell me much about what's going on. I just said I'd help out. But look, I've never seen Vipervine like that before. In all my years in the swamp, never seen him that big. That concerns me.
I think we should find whatever it was that Spy was looking for.
Well, Seville,
let me tell you about
to know
that.
the answer.
Well, he's looking for a dwarven fellow. That was a contact. And someone called Evil Grask. I've never heard of such contact. Don't think you have, Gabby, even though it coming from Asley. But it seems
Don't
the
recollect.
two of us don't have anything in common as far as what we're doing and what he's doing, other than we're both working, at least in a sense of saving the kingdom.
Maybe not.
There's so many unknowns and so many question marks, and it's never anything clear.
But think about it. If they sent something into the swamp about a month ago, and if his spy was supposedly looking for someone he was supposed to meet up with who isn't there, what if they've got a person undercover? What if this person that spy was looking for is actually what's been turning the terrain for the Necros all this time? We don't know who we can trust. Maybe we should hunt this guy down, whatever he is, and get to the bottom of it.
What, evil? The contact?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's working for the Necros, and your friend, who was dumb enough to bring his family on a raft ride in the evil swamps, maybe he's missing something and we're not.
Now, I'm starting to wonder if chasing edge guards is just in your nature.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get the boat. I'll be right back. And you see Hortzak moves off, trudging through the water, gets a part that's pretty deep, and you see he throws his axe on the back, which hooks in, and he just goes into gate or croc mode, and just swims for a bit, and then comes up and grabs the boat and like, Gator Croc.
There's like a special cutscene.
All right.
Slow-mo.
Listen, while he's off, I'll tell you, I'm not afraid of the swamp. It's something I know like almost as well as I know the woods. You know, I've been working on learning even more about it in the book that Tabitha bought me. And it's not that different from the woods, to be honest, just a little bit more wet. Plus, I've been asking Hortzak all kinds of questions, and I'm not intimidated by this swamp. I'm not.
Erised, I
Okay, we
admire
believe
courage.
you.
I admire your courage, I really do, but let me just warn you that this swamp is not like any others.
Oh, no.
This swamp, there's something here. There's something that I'm not quite sure has been recorded in any books. Anyway, I spent as much time as I could trying to find out that when I was in Asley, and if you know something more than I do, I would love to find out, but I kind of doubt it, that Asley, with all of its desire to shield people from knowledge of what this world actually is, I'm starting to kind of get angry here, I feel like we have been shielded from the information of what is actually going on in this specific area. So let's not be too
Busting.
too trusting, and I kind of like trail off. My thought trails off as I like kind of like try to feel the energy around, and
as you do that, the boat just kind of slowly drifts up close to y'all, and Hortzak reaches out and one by one pulls you all in effortlessly. He's so strong.
Just one thing: is there before we get into the boat, we haven't left that area, right?
No, you're right there.
Okay. Is there did someone just die? The person who got ripped in half?
Yeah, you saw a person get ripped in half and then drop into the water.
Okay, so I can't. There's no way of recovering the body. Can I check?
You can try.
I'm sure Tabby is going for that at this point.
I just want to see. I want to go to that
She's
body.
fishing.
She swims up like a fish with like a gold coin from.
I got it. I got the gems. Roll an investigation check to see if you can find the body. Because again, this is swamp water. This is not, this is not a crystalline beach.
Disgusting water.
15.
Yeah, you go over and kind of, you don't see anything floating. And there are a couple remnants of must have been like personal effects. You see like it looks like a dagger or something that's bent, that's on the shore right next to where the water's kind of lapping up. But you don't find the body. You don't find any.
No carcass. Okay.
No.
All right, that's fine. I'll go back to the boat.
Well, listen, that's exactly why I think we should keep going, Daggy. I came here for one reason only, and that's to get to the source of whatever's threatening my kingdom. And the sooner I get to it, the sooner I protect my kingdom as far as I'm concerned. And where would be a better place to hide the source of everything than in somewhere that everybody else is too afraid to explore? And if you, even you, and I'm talking to cocky guy.
Port
Sack. Sorry, Port Sack.
Oh, it's all right. I know we just met.
He like pokes his head above the water. What?
Yeah, he's at the back propelling the boat.
You are, and you've never gotten to the end of it. Maybe you just needed a little help. I mean, listen, you've got an edgeguard here. You've got a pretty decent ranger who happens to have favored terrain in the swamp as well. So maybe together we could find whatever they've hidden in the deep depths.
Well, I tell you,
you're right.
I found all manner of things in this swamp, and I've gone on for days and days and days, but no, I've never found the end. I know it's got to be there somewhere, but every step in this swamp takes a little something from you, and you can't go on indefinitely.
And I just take a deep breath and I look at Arset and I say, and I also look at Hortzak because of the inspiration that he instilled in me to trust and to not be afraid of whatever nature has been, pestering me for so long. I just look at Arset and I say, and you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. There's a reason why we're here, and nothing, no substance, no presence, no darkness is going to stop us from restoring peace to this world or another one. I promise her, said that I will be here for you, just like you're here for all of us. We will save your kingdom.
I mean, I'm gonna detect portal and see if I even feel a portal anywhere near us, so that we'd have an escape hatch of some sort if we really had to get out of this place.
I don't know if you've had. I'm trying to remember if you've had a long rest since you used it in Asley.
Yes, I have.
You have? All right, I trust you. Okay, go ahead. And
Raiders.
thank you, Lawful Stupid RPG. Welcome to the game.
Welcome.
Lawful Stupid.
Love it.
Lawful Stupid. That is.
Come on, that's what they used to call lawful good. If you were lawful good, you were basically lawful stupid. Come on.
Dino is a Dino.
All right, so Erisette, you know, as you have this conversation, you kind of slowly trail off, your eyes close, and you reach out with that, and the power that you have, pushing past the physical and stretching out, and you feel an interesting energy of the swamp. It feels different from other areas, but you don't detect a portal within the mile range.
All right, so I guess we have two different things we could keep in us, make the special effort basically to go and seek out this contact, or continue on our journey in search of wherever these necromancers have chosen to defile next.
My gut is telling me that seeking out all these people, all these contacts that seem to take us out of our way, and yes, give us information, but still take us out of our way and put us in more precarious positions. I have a feeling we're better off as a small contingent, just as we are, just going forth, very much a renegade, very much a rogue group, just doing what we do.
I like it. That's the way to do it.
Well, what does that mean? Does that mean we leave? Does that mean we leave the swamp?
Harris, that's like, okay, but like, which one do you want to do?
No, we're going to the site. We're going to the site.
I just don't.
Well, look, I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you where I think they were. I wasn't the one who guided them in, and this is based on information that I managed to find. It's about 10 more miles down this river. We're gonna push on, but be alert, because I'll tell you, my skin's crawling a bit, and I'm a bit worried, and I never get worried this close
What are you
to
worried of?
Pelkey. Well,
All right, well, let's
something
get going. Let's make a move down.
something smells different in here. I ain't never seen no vines that size before. Just
Is it my perfume? Here, give it a little.
well, I'm trying to smell past that. That's true, but no, it's not that. It's not that.
Oh.
Okay, so I can promise you one thing. We will not get lost when you're in my care. I promise you that.
I haven't been lost since I was just out of the shell, but I appreciate it.
Okay, well, that
Let's
makes
see
sense.
what we can find. Let's push down a bit more and
Okay.
And you can see as you're all using these oars, and you're going with the current. So there's a bit of a current, but it's not. The water is different here. In a swamp there is an underlying current, but it almost looks still on the surface as you're looking at the algae and the lily pads and the other type of plants that are kind of just dispersed all through this area. And as you go, you see that the trees are starting to get denser. And that weak kind of yellowish green like sunlight that filters down through the swamp gas here is starting to get cut out as the boughs overhead get denser and thicker. And you start to see these almost mangrove type trees with their deep roots going out into the water and massive trunks. And all over there is life everywhere. You see birds and snakes, insects the size of dinner plates. It's just this whole place is teeming, and it goes on for just miles as he just navigates. Some of these areas are the water gets really shallow, and you can see that the boat has almost a flat bottom on it, which allows it to go in very shallow waters. But a couple times you have to step out and drag it over kind of a mud bar and get back in and proceed. After about 30-45 minutes or so, unless you all do something or you want to do something during that time, let me know.
Yeah, all I want to do is load up my pipe with the new needles in it.
Yep.
And put my new feathers in my hat and start. I want to start screwing on the tips, the certain tips onto my crossbow, my hand crossbow bolts. I just want to prepare those.
Yeah, so you look over and you see Seville really goes into his edge guard training. He's just focused, and he kind of rolls out all of his gear and just very methodically is loading. He's checking his weapons, loading on those bolt tips, loading up his pipe, and just getting ready. After about...
I'm like almost like photographically memory kind of recording the terrain and just looking at everything to just see if I notice anything when we return that looks different in case there's an ambush laid for us. So okay. I'm really looking very closely at it so that if and when we decide to come back, I'll be able to recognize anything that looks sprung different.
And you can see Hortzak is watching you do that, and smart of you. I'll tell you, right now we're on one of the larger bits of waterways in here, so if you ever do get lost, just pick a direction, start walking, find a waterway, and follow upstream. It's one of the best ways to get back.
What I want to do is, in the meantime, I'm cautiously looking around, just making sure, I'm not surprised by anything, but I am looking through my scrolls of potions that I took from my home and looking through some of the regimens and ingredients. And I am looking around to see if I can find any weeds or herbs that I can pull especially from the shallows, that I can kind of reach out and like pull here or there, like a water lily or something.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check for me.
Okay.
As you're passing by and you're watching all this different vegetation go by, we'll see if you find what you're looking for.
14 plus 5, 19.
19, yeah. So, and what are you specifically trying to recreate?
I'm specifically right now trying to get regions for mainly health potions at this point.
Okay.
Just start with that to remember the old recipes.
Yeah. So you watch, and about 20 minutes goes by, and you don't see anything, and you're looking, and you're seeing all manner of plants, a whole bunch that you've never seen before. But you've had this specific training at the temple, and you're looking for these ingredients, and just when you're kind of thinking like maybe they don't appear in the swamp or whatever, you see ahead this flat, six-pointed. It looks like leaves of a lily pad, a little bit smaller, with this beautiful yellow cupped flower in the center. And you know that is one of the main primary ingredients for the health potions here in Anacroli, which actually gives it that yellowish color.
And I just take out my dagger and like reach out. I don't know how far that is from me. But I reach out and just like quickly cut it. Don't want to get my hands in there for too long.
Yeah, and just
got it.
Expertly cut it out. Oh, I think there's some more coming up over there. And he takes his oar and he pushes it in, catching the mud. You see the bow start to slowly shift to the left, and he gets a different track. And after a moment, you see there are like 4 or 5 of these plants coming up and going right by the hole.
And I just cut them very quickly. And I say, I suppose there is some beauty in these cursed areas after all.
Oh, now, this isn't an accursed area. This is my home. That's,
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. I was quick to speak.
No, don't worry about it.
But yes,
I think it's both.
Beauty.
It's just both. It's a cursed place and it's your home.
Well, you know, there's some truth. There's some truth in that. There's definitely some truth in that. But no, it's there's a lot of beauty in here if you know where to look.
Well, let me just say this one sec. I'm glad you're with us.
I appreciate it. I gotta say, it feels good to be out here again. I've been in that shack too long. Gotta get back out adventuring. And as he says that, you
sorry,
see his...
of course I wanted to...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, please, go ahead.
No, Otto. You first.
I was just gonna say, I've been reading a scroll in the meantime while we're in the boat.
Okay.
But I'll explain more about what it is in a second.
Okay. All right. Well, you see this this wide crocodile smile on Hortzak as he's and just enjoying the life again, and like Seville, you see he's pulled out a couple daggers, and he's checking his equipment. He's kind of moving stuff around. He doesn't actually have a lot of armor on, as he is a very natural, tough hide. But he's got things that hold his weapons and whatnot. But this big smile suddenly just starts to fade away, and he looks ahead. Something up there. And you all turn, you see he's pointing, and you see this column of thick smoke. You can just see through the trees down the river, drifting up and disappearing up over the canopy. Be on your guard, everyone.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, I wanted to see if the journey was enough time to learn a spell from a scroll, but I don't know if it is.
It's only been about...
Because I have some...
it's been about an hour and a half, I'd say, total since you set out from Pelkey.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to look it up, the rules about learning a spell from a scroll, because I might want to learn these spells before we venture on.
All right. Let me know.
Wow.
Did we keep the other boat with us? We had 2 boats, right?
No, you had
Are
one
we all
boat.
on one?
You had one boat, yeah. There was another boat that you saved with the family. It was nearly kind of broken, but it was still seaworthy. That you sent them back up the river.
Oh, yeah. Hortzak, would you like me to swim up ahead and keep us safe? I can scout it. No problem at all for me. I'm a very strong swimmer.
I mean, if you feel up to it, but don't go too far ahead. I want to be able that we have your back.
How far away is it?
It looks like it's about 100, 150 feet downriver. You just see like this dark billowing smoke going up.
Okay. Otto.
Hold on, I'm reading. So I just looked it up, and basically, yes, you have to succeed on an intelligence arcana check equal to 10 plus the level of the spell. And it has to be of a level you can know, which now it is.
Oh, yes. Yes, I don't think we announced. Maybe we did. I can't remember. But everyone reached level 6. It's long overdue. There was a potential revolt if I didn't advance them. So DM gave in.
Time savers.
Yeah.
Pressure.
So I'm actually going to try to learn the two that I have.
Okay.
I'll roll for them. One is the scroll of Glyph of Warding.
Okay.
Okay. Which is a
Ding.
level 3 spell. So I need a 13. Let's see.
Do we all have to go through that spell learning process? Because we can all be really studious characters right now and just like all read scrolls in the book.
That's so exciting. No, you don't have to.
Yes.
Some of it is.
Yes, I got the first one.
Okay, so you've got Glyph of Warding. Okay.
I just happened to buy these scrolls. Got Glyph of Warding, and now the second one, I got a crit. That's
all
for
right.
See invisibility.
Okay. Well, that hits the DC, so you're good.
So that's why I said to Otto, I said, listen, study up on that scroll. I'll be back shortly. So as he's been studying his scrolls, before anyone stops him, I've dived into the water.
Wow.
And going down into the water, I'm going to scout it for everybody.
Okay, so yeah, the water has it's warmer than you expected. I mean, you might have splashed around with the encounter before, but your focus was on saving these people and fighting these plant creatures. But now, as you go in, you're completely submerged. It has this kind of nice warmth to it, and you come up, but it is thick. Like you go under, you feel the grass and the other kind of the other plant life that is growing underneath this dark kind of surface, and kind of pushing it away, and because you read about it in this book that you have, and you've talked to Hortzak about it. Control your panic as you push through and you come up and silently kind of make your way down the river, and Hortzak is intentionally kind of slowing down the boat a little bit, but you see he also pulls this massive axe off of his back and lays it in his lap for easy access.
So as I start to get about 120 feet away, I pulled over to shore, and very stealthily, and I mean I'm really stealthy.
Okay.
I'm so quiet. And I just want to
almost invisible.
She didn't cast her invisible pass without trace. Roll a stealth check for me as you try to approach quietly.
Well.
In the meantime, I'm like fending off mosquitoes, just like.
Yeah.
Can I like cast absorb elements?
What'd you get?
That's a 20.
A dirty 20. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you feel like you're just in your element now after really learning about this and spending even just this few minutes. You managed to avoid twigs that you see that would snap, and you stay out of the mucky kind of mud that would stick to your boots and make a sound. You step lightly on these kind of mossy patches, and very quickly and very kind of in an elven kind of or elvish sort of way, just kind of flit down the side of this bank as you make your way closer. And how close are you going to get to it?
I'm staying about 30 feet away.
Okay. Well, even before, 50, 60 feet away, as you get a clear shot, you manage to kind of get past the brush. You see a remnant of a boat, larger than the one that you're on. And there's another kind of feeding river that joins here. And the boat is kind of run ashore, and it is just smoldering wreckage. You see that there's debris of other things. You can even see from this distance there are some bodies that are that were caught in this conflagration. So you see bones and scarred, blackened tissue.
I want to do a check to see if I can see anything else with my passive perception, or any bodies or people still alive.
You don't see anything. You don't see any movement, and from this distance, if you want to roll another perception check to kind of look specifically for anybody alive, go ahead.
I'm going to use my primeval awareness, and I'm going to sense whether there are any aberrations or fae or fiends, any undead, anything creepy nearby.
So you duck down into the reeds for a moment, close your eyes, and once again reach out with those senses and feel around you. You don't detect any of that nearby.
And
Roll-
can I see any? Okay.
Yeah, roll
Good.
perception for me.
Okay.
I've kind of given you what you could see with your passive
That
already.
is 16.
How much?
That is 16.
Yeah, I mean, from this distance, you just see this smoldering remains. It looks like the fire is starting to die out.
In the meantime, if I may,
Yeah.
As I'm like fiddling with those lilies, and it's kind of like looking around. Even though I know that we're approaching something and something is happening, I would like to just, for a moment, because I haven't done this in a bit, I feel, and I feel like it's long overdue, and this might be the quiet moment that I need. I kind of close my eyes and I try to connect and feel if I can feel anything. I'm just kind of using everything within me to reach out to Chatteral if she would respond, if I feel any sort of the faintest glimpse of her. And in my mind, I'm just calling her out, Chatteral, Chatteral, please respond. Please give me a sign.
I tell you what, roll a religion check for me.
Ooh.
That hardly used skill.
Hardly skill. Well, we got 16 plus.
Dumb stat for sure.
Plus 2, 18. My religion is plus 2, so clearly hardly use skill. 18 total.
So, you also close your eyes and you're trying to find that thread of connection. And as the boat is moving slowly forward, and you know that Erised is investigating some kind of danger before, and your mind keeps kind of snapping back to, I should be preparing for battle. Wait, I want to feel something. I should be preparing. I want to feel something. And you
Hoping to be empowered to prepare.
you feel that conflict, that distraction. You feel it materialize in you, and as the boat drifts, you feel patches of sun that break through this dense canopy above and hit your face for a second, warms you, and then it's gone. And then you feel the cold, the lack of the sun, and then the sun hits you again, and then it's gone again, and you don't feel like Chatteral's saying anything directly in a way, but there's something about this light, dark, distraction, focus. You feel like there's some message here. Erised, what are you doing?
Dive back into the water and come back to my party.
Okay.
To get the report.
Okay, and the whole time that you've been standing there, the boat has been making its way to you. So I'd say you don't really have to jump back in the water if you don't want to. You just wait another couple moments, and you can see it's slowly approaching.
Then, do I have any rope?
Yeah, you have rope.
Okay, I throw it quietly. I say, throw the rope to it, and I hope that Horsak or Otto or somebody sees me and catches the rope. Right?
Yeah.
Do I see her?
Yeah, you guys all see her, so I'm sure one of you catches it, no problem.
Sure, catch the rope. Yeah.
Okay.
Pull. And then I'll go into her mind because she's being this extra quiet. What did you see? What's going on?
And I'm pulling the boat to the shore, so it doesn't go into this stream.
Okay.
And I want it to be pulled protectively so it doesn't go any further.
Yeah, and as she does that, you all look ahead and you can see that there is another waterway that's joining, another river that joins here, and on the far bank there is this smoldering remains of this large, not massive, but a larger boat than the one that you're on that is just charcoal at this point, and the black smoke drifting up from it.
Yeah, and I say to Otto in my mind, nothing undead. It looks as if there's no one there, but there are dead bodies, and something went down.
You're saying that in your mind?
Yeah, he asked me what I saw, so I can talk in my mind to him, can't I?
To Seville, no. You can only hear him.
Oh.
And you said Otto, but I think you mean Seville, and you can't talk back to him that way.
Sorry. Well, ask me. Why do you ask me? I can't tell you.
Go home, Erised, you're drunk. No, it's fine. I'm kidding.
Okay. So I mime it as best I can. I'm like, okay.
Is there someone there? Is there? Should we not speak? I'll say this back to her mind and sort of just tamper down.
That's all right, I got it. And Hortzak just jumps out of the boat, and you see him
I'm like,
swimming.
Is something the matter?
I have no idea.
Hortzak goes under the water, and he's about 10, 15 feet away.
Like a little squirrel.
And then he kind of like leaps out of the water, and he's got his axe ahead, and he lands kind of looking. It's all right. There's nobody alive. And he puts his axe behind him and starts looking around the boat. What are the rest of you doing?
I follow.
Well, I want to ask him. Is he still within kind of like a?
He's like
whisper
30,
shot?
like 30 feet away now. He swam away from you.
Well, all I wanted to say was I'm thinking,
What?
is it wise to make so much noise when we're in this precarious position?
He just leapt into the water and swam over to it.
Wait.
Let's go.
I don't think there's anything necromantic. I couldn't sense anything. So if we have any enemies, they're human or animal.
Well, our stealth approach has been compromised, so let's just go on.
Yeah, but keep your head up for sure.
What are we checking out this burn site, the campsite, Erisette? Is this what you're looking at?
I didn't get too close, but it's
It's not a campsite, it's a boat.
Something went down. There's bodies.
And we can't
dark
approach it with our boat.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Now you can. I just didn't want, in case there was anyone there, I wanted us to ambush it, but Hortzak.
Yes, I believe it was a simple scouting ahead. Now that we've scouted ahead, why don't we go ahead?
Yeah.
Why don't you guys go by the land and we'll take the boat over and
Okay.
Well, it's another river, so you'd have to kind of swim across that new river. It's like a river that connects, as you're going downstream, a river from the right joins your river, and it's on the far bank of this kind of river intersection where this boat has been run aground and is charred and smoking.
Okay. All right. So I'll let go of the rope, and I'll say I'll meet you on the other side, and I dive in after Hortzak to get to where he is.
Okay. Yeah, easily done. And then in a couple, moments that you emerge next to him, and you see he's standing kind of at like 5-10 feet away, waiting for the rest of you to catch up before he does anything. And the rest of you make your way over, I imagine.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I would like to. Yeah, what I would like to do when I do get there is I want to use some of my hunting abilities to track a little bit around, look for footsteps, just anything that alludes to any survivors and just whoever might have gone away or left a piece of clothing somewhere or just anything that would give us a sign.
Thank you.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna investigate the heck out of this place now.
Yeah. Well, as the rest, so the rest of you, you steer the boat over. You run it up into the mud there, jump out, and join Hortzak and Erisette. You can see now that you're closer, this boat's about twice the size of the one you're on, which is not small. The one you're on is about like 12 feet. So this is about, 20, 24 foot long boat. And you can see it is just like it's been on fire for a while. It's just charcoal. Bits of it are still glowing. There are like bits of fire still going. You see bits, falling off. There were obviously a bunch of crates on this thing that have been smashed open. They're about, let me see, how many bodies do you see? Well, roll an investigation check, and whoever wants to poke around.
Yeah. Well, I got 13 total.
Okay. Anybody else?
I got 15.
Or 13.
Okay. So yeah, you see that there are 3 bodies, and they look like, just from what you can tell, they didn't die in the fire. They're very obvious. Some are slightly dismembered. You can see the pieces, that aren't close. You can see some blades that are blackened now from the fire. And it looks like maybe one of them was a dwarf, one was a halfling, one was either human or elven, it's hard to tell, from the kind of charred remains here. And again, you see a bunch of smashed crates, and there's some debris on the far side of the boat. And this bank is a little bit different than the rest of the surrounding area. The ground here looks a little bit more solid than a lot of what you've passed to this point. And there are tall, like 5-6 foot reeds that are behind the boat that go kind of into this land that does look a lot more solid than the rest of the waterway that you've been passing over. And you can see still large trees, still, towering overhead and blotting out the sun. What would you like to do?
What's in the crates?
And I'm going to go to one of the dead bodies.
Okay, so Erisette, you look down. Everything has been just burned. The stuff that you find remaining looks like maybe they were books. You pick it up and it's crumbling in your hand, but you do see some writing that you can read really quickly as like the embers are still eating this page here, and you see.
I cut it out quickly.
Okay, yeah, you stop the fire, and you see Asley. It looks like Arch might be another word. It's half eaten away, but you see Asley, A-R-C, and it's maybe an H.
Something about the Ashley Archmage. Something about the Asley Archmage. What else? What else can I find? I want to look through as much as I can and see if I can piece together what this is. Is it a book? Is it a scroll?
It's definitely a book. Most of it has been eaten away. This is like just inside the leather cover, which is just kind of shrunken and charred. What was your investigation roll? Was it 13? You said
16.
Yeah. 16. Yeah. So you can't find anything in that book.
Sorry, 15.
You throw it down. You start looking. And you find another one, and this one is kind of equally eaten inside. It kind of landed open, so the one half of it is totally eaten away with the fire. But you pull it over and you see it says Asley. This one says archive. You can see the whole word, and you see an image of 3 towers, which it's just. Looks like 3 castle towers, like close together. It looks like a kind of like a symbol, logo or something. The rest you find bits of like rations that are charbroiled now. You see broken arrows, a few other kind of mediocre weapons that are just blackened.
And how are the
found the dwarf that your friend was looking for? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking about like also how are these bodies? Well, you said they're slightly dismembered, and what kind of markings are there on them? Is there any specific distinctive marking?
It's hard to tell with your investigation roll. I mean, you can tell that there was a battle and they lost, and it looks like the bodies just burned when this boat burned. You do find there are arrows. Sticking into the outside of the hull, some that haven't flamed away yet. So it definitely looks like there was some sort of an attack on this boat.
I think we might have found
enough creature to be shooting arrows at them.
Is there any in these dismembered bodies? Is there are they all charred? Is there any blood in the bodies?
I mean, they are charred pretty badly. Like most of the flesh is gone. You can see a lot of bone.
Does it look like, Judd, this would have been done by a spell, maybe, given that it doesn't seem like the kind of environment to have a fire of its own?
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Yeah, I finally kind of mosey over and like Otto just sort of like looks down and stretches his. Oh my god, I got another crit.
Dude,
Yeah.
Wow, all right.
24.
Sweet, there we go. You can help us here.
I'm gonna start using only exclusively D&D Beyond dice roll.
It works until it doesn't.
Not even gonna use my physical dice anymore. I won't even touch my skull splitter.
Never. Always use your skull splitter. All right. You take a moment and you kind of walk around the boat, and you do feel like it's unusual to see something on fire in a wet swamp such as this. You're looking for those kind of telltale signs of spell damage. You actually don't find any, but I'll say that roll is so good. As you come around the far side of the boat, you see that there is very obviously a fire was made underneath this thing. The vegetation was cleared back so that these big boards could be lit, and so that this whole thing could be engulfed in fire. And beyond that, you see there are kind of like tracks disappearing into the grass beyond.
Went that way.
Huh? What?
Good.
Something went that way.
I didn't know.
What's that something?
I don't know what it is, but... And I kind of try to, like, whatever signs or tracks or whatever I'm seeing, I kind of try to point it out to them.
And I am on it instantly. And I look at those, and I want to see everything I can about those.
All right, roll an investigation check for me.
Same here. Same here. Can
All
I do
right,
that same?
and you see Hortzak comes over too, and he kind of nods. He has this like knowing nod as he looks. But I want to switch you guys.
One.
You got a 1. You've got no idea, girl.
Trip and fall.
Hunter, I am.
Something's in there.
Really.
Aracet, what'd you get?
Yeah.
I got a 15.
A 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Did you roll at advantage, by the way?
I didn't at advantage, but if I understand this correctly, my proficiency bonus is doubled because this is my favorite drink.
So you should add another 3 to the roll, I think.
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Okay.
So it was. I'm sorry. What was the total?
15.
Okay. Do me one more roll. Do a history check for me.
Okay.
And you can see that Hortzak is watching you very closely as you're looking down. There are like some tracks here. Let me see. Aracet. 16.
Good.
You're like I know I saw this in the book, and pull out your book and you leaf through, and you see a track down in the mud, and you find it in the book, and you're like, yes, they are. Where is my page? What are they called? Where did I write it?
Tabby.
No, here it is.
I saw this in the book you got me. Yes,
Oh.
yes, it's right here. I know I just saw it.
Oh,
It was this. Look.
Those are called Miri. You see it on the page right when. And I gotta shuffle you guys. Hold on a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm Chad now.
I know.
I can do Otto.
We can do this. We got it.
I can adore my mustache.
At least it's fewer times,
I can
Judd.
do it all.
Yeah, it's great.
Suppose it looks something like this.
I love it.
Wait.
I love it. It's all right. We got it.
How
We got
big?
it.
Like up to here?
Oh, it's perfect.
That looks good.
Perfect. Yes, I have not brought my pomade with me today. I'm not having a good day. Blast it. I'll stay in the boat.
All right. All right. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
was good.
All right. So you find the page too, Aracet. You open up. You find this listing, and it looks like a quasi insectoidal creature, kind of like a upright praying mantis would be the closest way to describe it. And you see the name there, Miri, and there's in there is like a stamp of its actual footprint. So, and you can see it's a match, and it's.
And what does the footprint look like again?
It's kind of like a clover. It kind of looks just like a 3-leaf clover, actually.
Hey.
And you see them kind of going off, and it looks like there are a bunch of them going off into this brush. And with that investigation check too, I'll say that you could tell that something was dragged through, as you see a lot of these reeds are pushed down, laying flat.
Okay, here's what
I
happened.
also take my little sketch pad and like quickly sketch it.
Okay, cool.
I think this is my theory. I think we found that dwarf that your friend, the spy, was looking for. And I think they were killed, and that's why he didn't meet up at his location. And something doesn't want him here. And I think he had very important information about the origins of Asli and the origins of the dimensional shift of Anacroli. And that very valuable information is now being burned and destroyed, but there's something that they wanted off this boat, and they took it.
Well-
and I think we need to follow them.
Well, hold on. Does it say these Mary are intelligent? Are they just beasts? I mean, why would a creature, what does your book say about them? And then, Judd, I'm going to go and just do a little check with you on he was not meeting Evil Grasp here.
He wasn't?
In the swamps. He was meeting his contact elsewhere.
No, he was meeting in the
He
swamps.
was meeting in the
Oh,
swamps.
Yeah, he said he was
Yeah.
meeting here. That's why he
Yeah.
brought, right? It's
This-
supposed to be a
this is-
rendezvous, but the guy didn't show up.
Right.
He might not have shown up because he was dead.
Exactly.
Well, I think certainly going to stop anybody. I like the elf girl here. I think we should go investigate. Maybe that's my old adventure in times talking, but I'll leave it to you. I can also just get back in the boat, but
Well, you all can do whatever you want. I'm going.
that's a big
That's
boat
what
for
you're
only
set.
3 people. I imagine they took some people. I'll tell you, Miri, and you can see this in your book too, Erised, as Seville says that, you look back down and you see that, it says that they're intelligent, that they're often solitary creatures. So the fact that you see so many prints together is unusual.
That is unusual. They don't usually travel in packs, but they were clearly some sort of a herd. Something's afoot.
They don't usually
Sometimes
attack
they
either,
do.
from what I know of them. Not their way.
So, do you know, are they controllable?
Well, anything's controllable, right? I mean,
Exactly. And these necromancers have a way of controlling others, as we already know. I try not to look at Dagmara, but it's tempting to look in that direction for a second.
your eyes
But
kind of flit over.
But I don't.
notice
Yeah,
anything.
but I say, yes, wherever they go, you're going to find more trouble in their wake. It's what they do. So they could have very well, sort of inspired these creatures to be more violent than they normally would be.
Well, I'll tell
lean
you.
into Otto actually,
Go ahead.
and I say, and I lean into Otto and I take out the whistle and I say, I wonder if this might be a good time to call on a bird to deal with our insect problem here.
Oh my goodness, a whistle. What wonderful craftsmanship. You
Oh,
must
I
have gone
know.
you must
Yeah.
have gone to very, very great lengths.
It
to
was
get
very hard, trust me. I had to put on a whole show all by myself. Just tap him on the shoulder and nudge him a little.
I love it. All right.
And I do look at it and I do consider it here.
Well, and you see Hortzak goes back and he's pulling his boat up and starting to tie it off.
Well, let's make
He's
this
dead
quick.
set on this too already. He's like in no matter what.
Well, you can see I mean, he already said it. Like the light of adventure is in his crocodile eyes, and he's smiling again. But he also said he'd do what you want.
Listen,
but-
I'm not here to endanger you. I'm not doing it on a whim. I'm doing it because everything inside of me tells me what is hidden is valuable. If they've gone to such great lengths to hide something in the depths of the forest, that even friends of yours, the Edgeguard, aren't able to disclose their mission for being here, this has to be some sort of secret that we need to unlock. It's worth it. And I'll help protect you. I promise.
I agree
Well-
with Erised.
I'll tell you what I said. This is a big boat for 3 people. So they either took the bodies for some reason or they're survivors. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, then we better
my
get to
2
them before they
copper.
become dead bodies.
Let's go.
Well,
Let's go now, so we can get back on the river. Do it. Head to the location. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Who's leading the way?
I guess Erised is ahead of us, kind of.
Erised, are you leading the way?
Okay, I will. I'll lead the way.
You don't have to. Hortzak's right there. He's
Princess, and I bow.
Okay, Hortzak, you go first.
all right.
I'll be right behind you, though.
I'll tell you what, and definitely keep it quiet. But this type of terrain is a little different than what we get in the water. All right, so keep your eyes out, and I'll perhaps I can teach you a few lessons along the way.
Anything. I'm like a sponge. Teach me, I'll never forget it.
I love it.
I would love to learn more about stealth from you, Hortzak. I see that you're very adept at that. Kind of hold my laughter a little bit.
And he's got this just like giant axe that he's holding. He's like, Well, I love to teach, so let's go. And he starts making his way through, and it's easy to follow this path as these reeds have been pushed over. And away from the boat, it actually opens up. The reeds are now like about 4 feet. I mean, the path that has been pushed down of these reeds is about 4 feet wide. And you can see just mud and tracks as you follow, kind of twisting. The ground here is a weird spongy sort of feel. You can tell that, you know, when you step down, you see the water kind of squirts out between the reeds beneath your feet.
Yummy.
And after about 10 minutes...
Such a good call, Dagmara, that you had us get these waders. Honestly, had we not had these waders, everything would have been so much more difficult for our feet. You know? Thank you. Thank you. And Hortzak, thank you for protecting
You're soaking wet right now because you went
Thank
in
you for
the...
not making fun of me. I appreciate that. And Seville, I'm pretty sure, Seville, that at this point you're very grateful you don't have to rub anyone's wrinkled, soggy feet.
I'm not rubbing
that.
feet, but your feet are soaked because you both went in the drink, and so is the rest of you. So
Yeah, but still, there's none of that as bad as there would be if we didn't have the waiters. Honestly, we're more quiet because of it.
I have to admit it, Seville.
Well, I'll tell you, waiters won't make you silent. You'll sink in the mud with waders on or waders on. Well, they're supposed to keep you dry, but when you dive into the water, such as you did back there, well, that's not going to help you much. But
Well, then, all right. And I take them and I throw them off, and you say, you know, play is very healing for the feet anyway.
The auto curly ducks.
I just mean, hold on to them. You might want them later. Just don't react. This one's a bit fiery. This one.
So in that case, I catch them right as they pass by. I'm like,
I like
That was
trudge
just
back and I get them, and I'm like, make up your mind.
That was just the
hey, are we
faintest
going
little
as
dab of
stealthy,
wild
or are we
sauce.
just, you know, kind of...
I mean, not so far. If you guys want to switch to stealth mode, let me know.
Let's quiet down
would be
and
great.
let's make some pace and go here in a stealthy way. And
Yeah,
All right,
this
you
whole
wanna go
conversation
stealthy? You wanna
happened
go
as a
quickly?
very
let's go
whispered-
stealthy.
I do want to go stealthy. Do the waiters make us more stealthy or less stealthy, or neither?
I mean, right now everything is like the water level here is the level you're standing on. So it really depends on the vegetation of the land that you're on, whether or not you're going to sink into the mud. But everything is wet here. So right now you're
Can I
standing
just
mostly on
suggest-
reeds, so you're not sinking in. It's almost acting like it's 3 moments. It's almost acting like snowshoes would in the snow, but
Yeah.
these reeds are. You can see,
And
however.
can I just add that Tabby is probably like on the trees, like kind of making her way through the branches above us, and just
Sure.
very stealthily just watching out. I mean,
Yeah.
I should
All right,
probably
I-
do that.
I
Yeah.
kind of look at Tabby and I'm like, let's go. And so we run up front with Snack and Tabby, and we're gonna move on and lead and track these right
Okay.
now. While everybody's dealing with their feet, we're off.
Idea.
All right,
All
so
right,
roll
well-
roll in a stealth check, and somebody roll a stealth check for Tabby and do it at advantage.
I'll do that. What's the advantage?
That
much
means
do I
that
add?
you rolled
Just-
twice.
Roll
Oh,
twice.
twice. I'm sorry. Okay,
Take-
17 once and 1.
17.
Well, you
Well,
gotta
her-
re-roll the one. You get to re-roll the one.
That-
Oh yeah, you can.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did you roll the one?
Halfling luck.
Tabby
Halfling
has
luck.
like plus something with
Okay.
Oh yeah.
17
she's-
and 9, 26 then.
Okay.
Doing well.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
has a plus one. I got a 18.
Okay, yeah. So you're as silent. Tabitha is just, she's doing that ghost thing again, where she's like, and doesn't make any sound. But Seville, you're doing pretty well. Like you're managing to avoid any areas that are making any kind of loud squelches. And as you go, what is your passive perception? I'm trying to pull it up, but it's being slow.
Mine passive perception is
Oh, got it.
17.
Yeah, 17. Okay. Yeah, you're just forging on, and you start to go forward, and you feel this hand grab your armor and yank you back. And you just like fall back, and you see Hortzak there is like, well, it looks like we're ready for our first lesson. And he pushes past you, and he crouches down. He's like, see this ground here? And you look down, you see reeds, you see leaves, you see water. He grabs it and he pulls it. And it's like pulling a sheet with a print on it. It starts to distort and pull towards him. And you see he pulls it away and it reveals a hole. It's like a mud hole. And you see there's something down there. You see these legs. And it's about 3 feet across. You just see these kind of greenish legs could pull back down deeper into the hole. That there is a mud spider, and it'll kill you. I think I better lead here for a bit. Just step around it. It won't come after you if you don't step into its trap. And he kind of shakes off this web, and you see now it's a web, and it's like it's spun in this way that becomes camouflage and mimics the surrounding area. It's really cool.
Oh my God. Writing in my book, I'm like, mud spiders. Reeds! Exclamation points.
It's probably in your book there. All right, let's go. And he leads on. He stops you guys a couple times. They usually cluster around each other. And you can see now that the tracks kind of follow this meandering route too, avoiding them. And after about another 20 minutes of going and following this track, and actually, you know what, Ariset, I'm sorry, I'm stealing your thunder. Give me a survival, can't say it, roll. Since you are tracking and you are in your new favorite terrain.
Okay. So that would be a 9 on survival. No, survival?
Survival, yeah.
Oh, a 9. But no, wait. No. It's a wisdom related check, so it's doubled, but my proficiency is 0, so it's still a 9.
No, wait, your proficiency bonus is 3.
Yeah,
Look on your skills.
Yeah. Here, I'll pull it up.
Bottom one.
My wisdom proficiency bonus is 3?
No, your proficiency bonus is just a stagnant set bonus.
Yeah, if you're proficient
Oh,
with something,
so then,
you add that proficiency to the roll.
So it's actually a 15.
Okay. Yeah. So there are moments where the trail completely vanishes. You go over very mossy ground, which actually rises up over the water level, and it doesn't leave any tracks. And it takes you a moment to find your way, but you find past this area where the tracks continued. And you all, once again, follow this. And about like 20-25 minutes later, you see that the trees now kind of look like there's a clearing ahead. And you can see brighter light streaming in, and you're hearing a weird kind of chittering noise. What would you like to do?
Well.
Don't try a bird whistle.
No.
So there's a chittering noise in the foliage above, like around us, above us?
No, from ahead. From this, you can see there's this clearing, and unless you're going to get closer, you can't see much through the brush right now. But you can hear.
Right.
You can just look above, and you can see that the trees end ahead of you.
Let's get real sneaky and quiet like and go take a look at it. Or Snack, do you know anything about that chittering?
Snack just like next to Tabby, kind of just staying close, but you can tell that her ears are forward and definitely tracking something, and she's even maybe like a little bit lowered.
Have I heard?
I'm gonna know.
What's that?
Does Hortsnack know anything about this chittering?
Hortsack.
Hortsack.
Yeah.
Hortsnack. I like Hortsnack.
That's what it is. Hortsack ride snack. It's
Yeah, it is Hortsnack. Hortsnack. Of course, it'd probably kill Snack, but yeah, I mean, that's the Miri, all right. I've never heard so many in one place.
Oh, Judd, I would like to cash in on that history roll from last time. I believe it was 16. Is there anything that would apply to this situation?
For that specific, no.
Okay. That's right.
All right, so what are these creatures like? What's their vulnerability? Are they prone to fire? Are they
they fall to the blade pretty quickly. Usually they're not even a problem. Usually they're 1-2 about. I've never seen them congregate like this before. This is really unusual, I gotta say. They can be formidable if they want to be. I've known quite a few that trained up, but they're more instinctual, if you know my meaning.
Do they congregate by chance when there's prey and food?
No,
Do we feast at all?
they'll fight each other for it, but not come together. I've never seen anything like this.
All right, so they don't have the intelligence to be taking people from a boat and keeping some alive and not some alive. So this looks like we may have run into something more than these creatures here. So why don't we be on the lookout for someone running the show here?
Well, if one of you aren't going to creep up, I'm going to do it. Come on, fun's awaiting.
Let's do
Could
it.
I just roll a history check by chance, just in case I encounter these on 15 years ago? When we were
Yeah,
passing through?
go ahead.
Okay, just curious. Okay, one sec. It's only got a 7, so yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a very distinct kind of like, like chittering. It sounds like an amplified insect sort of noise. You haven't heard it before. What are the rest of you doing?
Okay, I'm going to use pass without trace.
Hell yeah. Now
Okay.
we're all invisible.
Okay.
All right, you all get a
you.
plus 10 to your stealth.
Heck yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we can go straight to the heart of it and ambush them if need be.
Yes,
Keep your
let's
heads
go.
up.
Okay.
How about we just have a look before you jump out there? I'd like to know what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, but
But I'm saying aim
All
for
right,
the
I got a
center.
27.
Aim for the center, and if it looks like it's dangerous, Otto, no, maybe Seville, you can make the call. And if you believe that we're better off killing them, just give the signal, and then we'll all stand back to back.
Arisa, it looks like, you only need to go about 15 feet and you're going to be able to peer through these reeds and see into this clearing. So really, just somebody's got to creep ahead, roll a stealth check, and let me know what...
I got
But I
27.
like the idea that we all
Yeah.
strike like a Charlie's Angels movie poster type.
Yeah, we go in like a bomb, man, like right in the
Yeah,
middle, and then before they know it, they're just like,
I appreciated the theater of what you were.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me what you
I
want to
got a
do. I'm not...
17.
I'm
Okay.
going to sneak
Well,
up
that's
there.
with
I
your-
got a 27.
Okay.
I have 27 as well.
Okay,
With the
27,
bonus that I
27.
said.
do we all roll?
Yeah, you're a rolling stealth.
Rolling for Tabby.
Whoever wants to roll for Tabby.
I'll roll for
Okay.
Teddy.
That's an 18 for me.
With your
What's
plus
her
10?
bonus? She's starting with a 19. What's her bonus?
Oh, she's fine. Don't worry
I
about
got 30.
Actually, no, it's 18
Oh.
plus.
Auto.
I think it's a 24 for me.
Imagine.
it. Arisa, did you add 10 on top of that?
It's a 24 for me. Yeah, I added.
No, you add
I-
your...
Just imagine Otto
Add your
like
bonus and
pointing
then add
his
10.
toes as
21.
he like steps through.
It's a 21.
very carefully.
But my proficiency bonus is doubled, so it's actually 6 plus 7 plus 11.
That's okay.
So
Okay. All right.
So that sounds like
Suffice it to say, and
24.
Hortzak did well too. So suffice it to say that you're all very stealthy. You creep forward and very slowly pry these reeds apart, and you see ahead of you. This whole area has been cleared. It's maybe like 60, 70 feet in this round clearing, and there are 20 or 30 of these Miri walking around. On the to the right, you see there's a large rock outcropping coming out of the ground and a very obvious cave entrance going into the rock there. Next to the rock is these two kind of dead trees. There is a dwarf tied up, head down, but he's moving every once in a while. His arms and his legs pulled with ropes tied to these two dead trees. You see there are a body of several people at his feet, like 10 feet in front of him, and some of the Miri are eating these bodies that are literally in front of this dwarf who's tied up.
what?
Dead
I
or
turned to
alive?
Hortzak.
Are they dead
I
already?
No, they seem like they are intact, but they are dead, and they're just like.
And I turn to Hortzak and I say, so it is when they have a lot of food together around Hortzak?
Apparently, I guess things you'll learn if you're not careful.
Well, that doesn't explain the fire, but I'm going to go. How far away is the dwarf?
Real quick.
It's on the far side of this clearing, close to like the other side of the reeds. So like 60, 70 feet. Otto.
Real quick before you go, how are we playing this thing, Seville? We've got hostages, and we're outnumbered many times over.
All right.
What's the plan?
First, I'm going to give this guy a little comfort here and just let him know that we're here. So I'm going to go into the mind of this dwarf, and I'm going to say, just remain, leave your head down. We're surrounding this place. We're going to get you out of here.
You
Just
see
remain
the head snaps up for a second and then goes down. And it's like,
How many Muri are there altogether, Judd?
roll an investigation check for me.
Okay. I'm
Can I
counting.
suggest something?
Oh,
How
no.
about we cause a diversion? How about we make a sound on the exact opposite end of this clearing, draw their attention to that place, and then try to make our way to the dwarf so we have as few of them
Well,
as
how
possible?
about this? You perhaps say you and I could go use the spells at our disposal to create a distraction and draw them that way, while the rest of you move in for the rescue.
I like that idea because I just got prestidigitation finally, so I can help with that.
And as your eyes light up, Dagmara, you hear, and you guys your eyes snap back, and you see this, and you hear this noise as one of the Muri just get thrown out of the cave. You just see it just toppling through the air and smash on the ground, knock it up, and
What do the Muri look like?
emerging from the I'll tell you in a moment. Emerging from the cave, you see this hulking troll figure come out.
Okay. Okay.
And it's towering over, and you hear, and you see all the Muri kind of like scuttle back away, and then seem to kind of like bow and start doing what this thing is saying, and it turns and it goes back inside the cave.
Wow.
Oh wait, so
I'm in
real
the
quick,
jungle.
I want to do something, Judd. So
Ooh, I've got a great idea. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it was speaking in some language that I don't understand. I'm guessing.
Well, actually, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Infernal.
Now there
do you speak
are little
Italian?
pieces of that you can hear of Common that were kind of interlaced in it, but it's definitely speaking some other language that you don't know.
Okay, well, I say it may not work entirely, but I wonder unless I could do this. Okay, no, it wouldn't work that way. But I basically say I could start to try to draw some of them away. Perhaps if they thought they heard the voice of their leader telling them to. And I wave my hands kind of magically.
Well, okay, Judd. So meanwhile, I rolled a 25 figuring out how many of the Muri there are. So how many are there altogether?
Okay, yeah. There are about 24 in total of these Muri, not including the one that looks like it was just kind of tossed to its death. And again, Chad, they kind of resemble praying mantises that are bipedal. So they have these kind of triangular small heads and exterior skeletons.
These ones though look. They don't look. They look like a very standard one. They don't look like out of place in some way, or like the necromancers might have. I guess what I meant is that as far as we know and can tell, do they look normal by what they normally look like?
Yeah. Why don't you roll? A roll an Arcana check for me on this.
I'm pretty good at
All
that.
right,
Okay,
Otto.
17 plus 4, 21.
Okay, so you're looking for signs of magical
Drinks and
corruption
knows things.
on these creatures, and they look very kind of standard animalistic. You can see that they are covered in like bits of mud. They have like their shell is like a mossy kind of green color. They're very tribal looking. They have spears and sashes that seem to be woven out of some grass. They don't wear any clothes or armor. They don't look like they're obviously corrupted. You don't see any signs of like a Fornuge type corruption, at least on them. It's hard to tell, but
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. And you see, once again, you hear that noise and you all kind of quiet down and you look, and this troll comes out again. And this thing has got to be like 12 feet tall, and it walks over, and you see on its back, just like rocks are embedded in its greenish skin. This thing is just a beast, and it grabs the dwarf's head, and it says something, but you can't, it doesn't carry over. And he kind of like throws his hand down, and the dwarf's like, oh, he sees just totally hurting, and he barks out another order, and a couple of the little creatures run over, and we're going to leave it there for a moment. We need to take a break. So everybody hold your thoughts there. We'll be back in 10 minutes. I do believe that the giveaway has a timer that ends in about 10 minutes, which I think I'm going to see if I can, I'll extend it to the end of the episode, because I know a lot of people are still trying to get in on that. But stay tuned. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Get in on it.
And get in on that game. All right, everybody. We'll be right back.
See you in 10.
See you in a minute.
Hi, y'all. So we're waiting for Erzet. Erzet? I can't talk. Erzet will be with us in a moment. But I wanted to jump back in and let you know that we extended the deadline for the giveaway, because apparently it already ended. So I just extended it out a little bit to the end of the show, because we have a lot of people who are still trying to get in. So make sure you do all those, follow those links and of the actual giveaway so you get your entries. So thank you everybody who's done it, and super exciting to see what happens from there. So
I don't think they can see it.
just to let you know, Ereset, we are live streaming. So just letting people know about the giveaway. So, and because we already hit 700 and plus now, I haven't looked at it, but I know we had a whole bunch of followers. Thank you very much, all you new followers and subscribers, you amazing people out there. We are going to be doing 2 giveaways. So we're doing our big one, and then we're doing a secondary one, because you're all amazing and we have to spread even more love out there. So, all right. So bring us back in. Let me just repaint this one more time, just so we're all on the same page. So you're at the edge of this large round clearing, about 60, 70 feet across. There's a large outcropping to the right. There's a cave with a big troll that keeps kind of coming out. Next to that cave is a dwarf who's tied up between 2 dead trees. And there are 24 of these insectoidal creatures scurrying about, some eating obviously some other people from that boat, right in front of this dwarf who's tied up. And actually, if I don't know who rolled that investigation check or perception check before, but this would apply. You could see there were other trees and ropes that must have held those other people, and they've pulled them off and have been kind of starting to devour. So what would you all like to do?
Wow.
Speaking of, listen, anybody have any, I mean, we're being serious here. Anybody seriously have any invisibility capability here?
I thought we're all invisible right now. We all have pass without trace.
No, that's the running joke, Ariset. There is no invisibility. But we love you for it. We're just merely silent, but no, we're not invisible.
It's just so funny that you would ask such a thing.
I mean, I'm like, are you just trying to make this a thing? You're just gonna just try to wear me down?
Wait. I don't understand. Why do we call it pass without trace?
because we.
It's just what it's called.
Invisible. Without trace to me means undetectable.
Okay,
completely.
don't take it literally.
Even that doesn't mean invisible. I mean,
No.
if you're being
That's
even
true.
hyper literal, I think it's not helping your case here.
I don't think Wizards is
I
going
do
to
like
change
Wizards,
it, but I
yeah,
like the
before,
argument.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I just
gonna say, I
doesn't
like the argument
compute
a lot.
for me. I just don't get it.
You're
I
like-
just don't get it.
Ever since like we
argument
are
has a point.
invisible, we're fucking
Like
invisible.
pass
That's it.
with moderate detectability. Like what kind of bullshit spell is that?
It's a damn good one to add 10 to your stealth. It's pretty awesome. So it can really save your party sometimes when you really need it. Like
But
when
I-
you're facing 25, enemies 10 feet away
That's
from
cool.
you. So
But I say,
helpful.
I say, Seville.
Huh.
I say, let's do this. We will go and create a distraction and try to draw.
I thought
some-
I'm coming with you.
Yes, you are. You are. I don't want Seville coming along. He's got to stay back for the rescue. Come on, he's a hero after all. That's what heroes do. But anyway, I say, but to answer your question and to make things easier for you in the meantime, yes. And as I touch his shoulder, I turn him invisible.
oh.
So I say out loud, this is what I'm planning to do. I'm going to sneak in there, touch my ring that recharges this to a dead body, an innocent dead body. I'll wait for your distraction. I'm going to slip the ring on this dwarf, turn it, he'll disappear. He'll end up next to Erisette, who has the connection, the binder, the crystal skull in her backpack. The dwarf will come immediately to you, and I'll make my way out when I'm invisible.
Brilliant. And then we don't have to kill that troll at all.
I don't know if we could, but yes.
Oh, that's
Avoiding.
awesome. And I take him and I kiss him. I'm just like, thank you.
He's invisible, so it just looks like you're
Like,
kissing
if you
somebody.
hold-
Yeah,
You just
roll
grab
for it.
air.
Let's see if she
Oh,
gets
what?
disadvantage.
That's just not right. Yeah. Wherever
Okay,
you are.
I just want to say we are on the clock here, right? Because you are invisible. Oh,
Yes.
up to an hour.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay, yeah. You got some time.
Okay, so while you're invisible, and I say, all right, now Dagmara, let's go off this
Give
way.
me a, yeah. Give me a, I'll whisper.
You'll know. You'll
All right,
know.
all right.
You'll know.
All right.
You'll know, Seth.
Right.
And then I want to move. I nudge Dagmara, and I want to look for a good spot to set our ambush. And at some point along the way, between like where we end up being and along the path from where anyone would cross toward us, I would like to inscribe a glyph of warding onto the ground.
Oh, look at you. Just
Trap.
busting out all the new toys. Okay.
I know.
Listen,
All right.
Hey.
stuff.
I like it. Okay.
Erisette, you and Tabby
Yes.
with your bow and crossbow, just cover me. In case something goes wrong, just take out as many as you can. In case I can't send him to you, I'm
Okay.
going to be running with him. So just take whoever is around me out.
I will. And does this not mean that you're extra stealthy and invisible?
I'm both.
No, now he is. Now
So
he is.
I would
I'm-
say, hopefully, you
Now
can do
I
this,
am
Seville.
untouchable.
That's really helpful because the +10 to stealth, he could make noise in the water. But then
Exactly.
he's also invisible, so he can't be seen.
Yeah, I mean,
brilliant.
honestly, because being invisible doesn't mask footprints and any sounds you make. So if he rolls a
Right.
bad stealth, like they'll just hear
Yes.
somebody walking
Yes.
through the camp. But with +10,
almost like Han
I mean-
Solo stepping on the twig. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
what the-
Exactly. So I'm saying, I mean,
the-
prognosis of this is decent.
So
This
what
plan is a good plan.
Yeah.
What this says, I know it's like crazy. We're actually doing a good plan. Okay, so I'm going to set an explosive rune as my glyph.
Nice.
And
Ooh, nice.
let's see.
And as you're figuring that, Hortzak, he kind of leans. He's trying to stay low because he's so big, and he's like, when everything goes sideways, I'll just start killing everything.
I'm with you. Me too.
Oh,
I mean,
won't be able
I always wanted to go out. Always wanted to go out in a blaze of glory.
I won't be able to do the glyph.
Hopefully that won't be
Go out
necessary.
today,
Zach, we want you for other things too. This isn't the only thing they've probably hidden in the swamp.
Well, let's hope they don't come after us then.
Well,
Yes.
all right, team, are we ready?
Yeah, I don't do the glyph because I didn't realize the casting time is actually an hour.
No.
Perfect.
So
Think it was done.
before bedtime.
I don't
before
think we're
bedtime.
gonna have time to pull that off.
All right. So
But I will instead, once we get into position and it looks like everyone's in position, I will move forward with my plan to draw them
All right.
over.
And I'm going.
okay.
And
So
basically, what I do is, whenever it becomes time, let me know, and I'll say what I had in mind.
okay.
Okay.
Seville, roll your stealth check as you're trying to sneak across here, because there are these creatures are just like mulling about. They're all over the place. So you're gonna kind of find a very circuitous route as you kind of traipse through these things, trying to make it over there.
And do I have, at least for sound, do I have advantage, or are we just doing this for sound?
No, you don't have advantage, but you do have a plus 10.
All right, so that's a 29.
29, yeah. So you, just in the little bit of info that you've gleaned.
Sorry, that's 39. Sorry, because
Oh.
I have a plus 20 to stealth now with air sets. And plus
So
10.
Seville just raises up in the
love
air and
that.
kind of.
You have plus 20 to stealth? I love it.
My own plus 10, the plus 10 from Pass
Damn.
Without a Trace, and then I just rolled a 19. So yeah.
My God, yeah. So
Wow.
This is a good plan. This is
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
This
I mean,
man.
I don't even have
We
to say
hacked the
anything.
game.
You just broke the game. You just found you took one step and almost like this augmented reality dropped in front of you. You saw like all the little hard bits of ground, and you just
He became Terminator.
slipped through, just narrowly missing some, not brushing up, just timed everything perfectly, almost like a ballet. If we could see you, it would have been amazing.
The
But
Quicksilver thing. He did
Yeah.
the
Just
Quicksilver
think,
thing.
hidden tiger, hidden dragon,
Totally.
crouching tiger, just
totally
making my way.
making your way. So you do get
Making your way
across
downtown.
zero problems. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm taking my ring, which is Cthulhu, the one I got off of the necromancer Balak, the vivisector that I have been
Vivisector.
that has not worked in so long.
No.
But now I know how to charge it. I'm going to dip the ring into the blood of one of these, just the first body I see that I'm able to do it, and hopefully recharge it.
Yeah, and you watch as these creatures, their mouths, kind of like alien or predator style, kind of opens and expands out, and they're just like pulling chunks of flesh off of these bodies. They've stripped the armor, and they seem to be like taking turns coming in and taking bites. And you just, with that stealth roll, no problem. You just dip it very easily. You see, in your perspective, the blood coats the ring, and then gets sucked inside. And
Okay.
yeah.
So a quick, for anybody out there who has not seen this yet, because I haven't done it.
It's been a long time.
This is the ring that was originally charged by Balak, but I had used all that, so now I have to recharge it, and you can only do it when it's dipped into the blood of a slain innocent life.
So, Seville, roll a d6 for me, straight d6, and tell me what you got.
Okay, straight D6, 4.
Okay, you have 4 charges on that ring.
Okay,
Wow.
it
All you had to
works. And
do-
I almost want to go
Loaded.
just look at Otto. I'm like, it's gonna do it for the first time. It's gonna work.
Actually,
And all you
yeah.
had to do was just do, a creepy thing that a necromancer would.
Yeah, exactly. Dip it in some poor innocent person's blood.
I'm
no
looking
problem.
for a dead body, and I couldn't find one. Now I have one.
Very
That's
good
smart.
call.
I didn't even think about that. That was good remembering. Okay, so you do that.
Okay,
now what are you
so-
doing?
I am going into the mind of Ebel Grask, and I'm just saying, I'm here, lad. I'm going to put a ring on your finger. I'm going to twist it. You're going to disappear. You're going to be fine. You're going to live. And I'm going to pull off Cthulhu, and I'm going to put it right on the pinky finger of this dwarf, because he probably has these sausages of a hands for this dwarf.
He does, yeah.
I'll do it, and I'm waiting, and I'll go into his mind. We're waiting for the signal.
As you're waiting, you hear this kind of noise, and you look over and you can see the troll.
If he gets close, we're out.
The troll comes out again and is looking around and goes like right behind you and reaches down and grabs one of those bodies, just knocking some of those creatures aside. Picks it up, just tears an arm off. And you just see, you just hear the bones crunching. This thing is massive. Right next to you, can see it's breathing. It's just, and it.
That's my cue.
Perfect. That's it.
And you see there's a change, and it's just like sniffing the air.
Yeah, that's my cue. So what I do is in a direction that is
I just got nervous.
far off beyond, not even necessarily. I'll say it will be like some distance from me and Gabby.
Okay.
Right.
But I will make a minor illusion cantrip.
Okay.
And it will be a sound, and it will sound like some beast. It will sound like some larger beast than even the troll, perhaps. And it will sound like it is rumbling closer.
And sorry, which direction? Over by you two?
Well, between us, like basically not right up on us, but in an area where if they move to it, we could easily fire upon them or something.
Mm-hmm. And where I'm imagining that you and I mean, we're separated, and I'm definitely like,
we're maybe
kind of hugging a tree almost, and like ready to go, ready to climb.
Yeah, our goal is, I think, to have found advantageous ground here, and basically, we want to lure them toward the source of the sound, to both lure them away from the camp, but also into range of us to combat them from where we are. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So, Seville, you starting to panic as this thing is 8 feet away from you and just towering over you, and you're trying not to move, and you can see the dwarf's head looks up, and he's bloody, he's been beaten, and he's looking at that thing like it's about to come for him. And then you hear in the distance from the direction that you came from another, and you hear like all these like things snapping, like it's just moving through the trees.
And behind a tree, I'm just
and the trolls, exactly. You see the energy emanating from his fingers as he's manipulating the woods there, and the troll and throws that carcass down and just makes us, and then all of the creatures like and get their spears, and they start kind of funneling together, and it almost looks like all of them are rushing kind of almost at you, Otto and Dagmara and Erisette and the rest, but they are just kind of like you said, they're just slightly off of you, and they're just coming like a column. All 20-something of them are just rushing forward, and the troll runs back into the cave and comes back out with this wicked, massive club. And you can see it's a wood club, but it's got swords that he's obviously taken off of other people that he's killed that have been kind of jammed through. So it's a spiked club with all these other weapons that he took from other people. And he's like, and you just see the ground, like the water squirting out from his feet. All right.
Yeah, I think that's our cue.
This is all happening. Seville, back to you. What are you doing?
As soon as he charges past, I am going to twist the ring on the dwarf's pinky finger, and I'm going to start making my way back to Erisette as the dwarf would appear right behind her.
That's fine, and there's no need to roll for stealth here because there's so much noise as these things are starting to scream this weird kind of bug-like. It's just this piercing noise, and it's growing as they're all doing it. And the troll is just and running in behind them. not too far away from that whole thing taking place as they charge close towards you, you see whoosh, this dwarf appears right next to you and no longer bound, and he just collapses. And you see like his wrists and his ankles are bloody from where the ropes were. And he's just dazed and confused for a moment as he looks around. Oh, what's going on? What's going on?
You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Dagmara, do you have a potion?
Well, she's not over, I think, by you,
Well,
right?
Can she see me? Can she hear me? Can she toss it?
Can I see it?
Well, I'm sorry. Otto and Dagmar, did you guys split away? I must have missed that. Sorry. I thought you were still...
we're within like a certain distance of each other, but
Yeah.
We went away from the party.
Just
Okay.
to try and draw them off.
yeah.
We're
Okay.
not far off.
But if I
mean,
see, I mean, maybe I don't know if I see.
Let's put it this way. As you see all of these people, all these creatures storming in roughly your direction, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we need to
Are you
attack
booking?
them. So I'm gonna attack them. Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah. So
I'm gonna
Whoa.
immediately blast the big group of them close together
Okay.
with a
Nice.
shatter spell.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
just going to, you
Okay.
know, get them.
Okay.
Get the potion. She's a bit busy.
Yeah. All right. That's totally different. I love it. Okay. Hold on a second. Let's. All right. I'm changing the music for this because this is now attack battle mode. Wasn't expecting that.
No, you're engaging them. What?
Wait, we're not. You.
No, we thought we were doing a
We
sneak.
were gonna try and get away without having to take on
it's-
this gigantic troll that we probably can't handle.
too late. He has dropped hell of a spell. What's
Yeah.
the? On the
I thought just so we could rescue this guy and then we'd fuck their shit up.
it's a 10
No,
foot
we were gonna get the heck
He is
away.
10-foot
yeah,
sphere.
no,
huh?
you guys meant to be stealthy like the whole
Oops, hold on. Let me
time.
turn that
Yeah,
down.
that's why we had all this stealth.
Yeah. I thought just so we could like get this dude out of there,
That's all right.
and
so
then you know.
in a 10-foot sphere that spell, what do you want to concentrate it on? Just the creatures?
Yeah, I want to get all of them. It sounded like they were close enough together. Hopefully, I could.
I'd say within 10 feet. No, I mean they're not like
If I
a
center
they're
it
not like
in
a
the middle of
phalanx.
them.
Yeah.
I know, but like a 10-foot radius going around. if
Yeah,
I
I'd say
get
you
as
could
many
probably
of them
get
as I
a good
can.
like 6 or 7 of them
out of
probably.
the 20. Oh,
I mean, yeah, because they're forming like a column.
Okay.
And this whole column is running, so you're taking like a chunk of this column and getting.
But if I'm understanding it
Right.
right, if I center it in a point and you do a 10-foot radius all around it,
It's a 10-foot sphere, so
Right.
you're centering in a point and it's going 5 feet in all directions
each
from
creature in a 10-foot radius sphere.
that. Yeah,
So yeah, I'll just get as many as I can, I suppose.
yeah. Is that loud? I think that's loud. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Not for
Good
us.
for us. But I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah,
All right. Good.
works.
Let me know
Sounds
if it's
okay to
too
me.
if it's too loud on the stream.
the goose.
Yeah. No.
Goose.
I'll give you 7, but you're not going to get more than 7 because of just the way that they're
Yeah,
spacing.
however many I can get.
Yeah. All right. Well, you get 7,
All right,
and
so they'll
Nice.
make a
Thanks, Ash.
Constitution saving throw.
okay. All right. I'm just gonna roll it for all of them as 1. That is 15.
Fuck.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So
You need 17, good sir.
no, didn't do it.
Oh,
Auto.
that's a rough
They've got
spell.
good constitution too, but I rolled a little low. Okay. Give me how much damage? It's 3d8, right?
Yes, it's 3d8.
Fauda.
I wasn't
Fauda,
thinking either. We were going to test a new combat method tonight, but luckily you caught me off guard. So I didn't expect you guys to engage here.
20. They'll all take 20 thunder damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you see
Oh, amazing.
just boom, and this shockwave explodes. They all fall down, and just because of the unexpected nature of the spell coming out of nowhere, I think they just get knocked clear. And you see that they manage to get to their feet. They're looking shaky, but they're still alive. That didn't kill them. And the troll runs forward and is like, and is screaming things. Now I need you all to roll initiative.
Wow. Can I? I mean, can I follow up?
Don't see us,
Yeah,
right?
do I have in
don't know yet.
that round of attack, my follow through would be to sprint right back to Azar?
Yeah, I'm gonna say because you did it, you
work
just
together?
and there was so
Yeah.
much noise, you didn't have to even roll. You just made it back to them, no problem.
All right.
Well, do I get a little reaction? Just not a reaction, but yeah, exactly, like a little follow-up help for Otto or any action before we roll for initiative.
Well, you didn't tell me you were doing anything, so I'm gonna say,
about to, yeah.
I'm gonna say
I
at this
was
point
waiting.
you're gonna have to wait.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
I rolled really terrible initiative for them, so I'm gonna roll
For
the
the
trolls
creatures?
separate.
Let's
But
roll for
the
Tabby.
Oh,
All right. I got
okay, and rolled really well for that.
Who's rolling for Tabby?
17 plus 3, 20. I'm gonna roll for Tabby. 18 for Tabby. Plus 3, that's 21.
Cool. Yeah, she adds 3. Yeah, 21 for Tabby.
Also 21 for Tabby, 20 for Dagmara.
Okay, hold on a sec. All right. And his dex is okay. All right, so 18. All right,
I
so
like
20,
it, though.
25.
I like it, Otto.
Yeah, let's just burn them. Let's just,
I'm down. Yeah.
all right.
100%.
Let's rumble.
take these jerks down.
It's a
Do
good
it.
old fashioned
So
Donnybrook.
ready.
Wow. Okay. All right. 20, 25.
21 for Tabby, 20 for Dagmara.
Oh, nice. Very
Nice.
nice.
Okay. 15, 20.
18, Seville.
18, Seville. 10, 15.
12.
12.
12 for both
Oh,
of you.
nice.
I'm sure Airset has a better deck, so we'll. All right. And then creatures. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Tabitha is up first. So, and don't forget about Snack.
All right.
As you
Yeah.
watch, so I'll tell you what you do see right now, because I'm sure she would ask this. They're all like plunging ahead, and they're starting to. They haven't really started to spread out yet, but you can see that that's probably going to be their intention, as the troll is yelling things and swinging this giant club. They are Ariset and Seville. They are off, like 20, 30 feet away from you, where you are
Yeah.
with the dwarf. And Otto and Dagmara, I'm gonna say you're half that distance, depending on how much you started to
Okay.
move back to the group before you drop that
Well,
spell.
It's a simple
Alright.
matter. Obviously, halflings know this better than anyone. You have to use your opponent's advantage in size against them. You have to turn it into a disadvantage. So, she is going to saddle up and try to steer Snack around and just launch from the back and pounce into the troll's leg and basically try to topple it, try to trip it.
Try to use its.
And make-
Okay.
Try to make this giant troll fall by tripping it with a Snack drive-by.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Drive-by shooting.
All right. So in the rules there for Snack, it shows the pounce thing, which I'm trying to pull up really fast too.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do,
Okay. All right. Roll for
if
it.
he can. Okay, so I'll roll 16
16.
plus whatever he would add.
What does the note say? Do you have it
I'm
pulled
not
up?
sure. I don't have Snack's
Okay.
sheet.
All right, so I'm going to give extra time on this turn because it's because you're playing Tabitha and you don't have familiarity. That totally makes sense. I'm pulling up Snack info right now, so stand by. Notes, here we go. Pounce. It's a DC strength save, so let me see.
Do I also attack it?
Well, your pounce is its action for Snack. It's like a knockdown attack.
Okay, great. That's
So
what
let me
we want.
see. That is 19. So doesn't work. So because it's a save of DC 13. Troll had a 19. So this massive beast snack goes around, pounces up. You see claws out and just kind of like, boom, kind of just hits into this troll. And again, its back is literally covered with rock. Like it's some kind of a rock troll. You see rocks are jutting out, and it just like bounces right off, and it looks around, swings its club. What else is Tabitha doing? She's
just gonna tuck it out of there. She's like, oh, that didn't work, and she just like hauls ass away.
Okay, all right, Dagmar, you're up. And just for the audience, to let you know what we're trying, and this is our first attempt at it. I honestly didn't think there'd be combat tonight, but here we go. We're doing a thing that a player's entire turn, and all the bad guys as well, give a minute to do their entire thing, their action, bonus action, movement, and everything. We're trying to mimic actual battle and that frenetic feeling. So, with that said, I got my thing about to go.
Can I, because if we're going to do, I just wanted to ask, would Tabby on the retreat turn around and fire a crossbow?
He didn't say it, so no.
Okay.
Oh. Well, I wasn't sure how much of my action I'd used.
Oh, but... well, okay, I'll let you know. That would be, she's directing Snack. That's kind of Snack's turn.
That's what I figured.
If Tabitha wanted to shoot, she easily could do that. If you want to add that, I'll definitely allow it, because again, she's not here.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So troll or one of the creatures?
The troll. Yeah, she got a 19 plus.
Definitely hits.
Plus 6, so yeah, 25, and then it's 1d8 plus 3. Oh, I don't know if is there sneak attack applicable?
No. There's I'd say no, because they're already on the alert. They're looking for something, and there's no ally.
All right. Yeah,
and
she
Snack
got
doesn't
4.
count.
4 damage.
4. Okay. All right. Cool. Dagmara.
Awesome.
You are go. What are you doing?
Yes. Timer's on.
It's on. Yeah.
I look at Otto and the damage I just dealt, and I'm like, all right, there's no way I can do this, but I can try. So I start conjuring the bubble of acid splash, and I just like literally just conjure it up super quick as they're coming through, and just like hurl it onto them, and hide right after that. I hide behind a tree that I'm standing next to. So that would be, let me just see this. I'm 1d6. And it's gonna affect like 2 creatures, technically says. I wish it could affect more. I mean, is there?
Is it a saving throw, or do you have to roll for attack?
That is sorry, Dex 15 is saving.
Okay, got it. Hold on. And it is a crit, so it definitely saves.
Okay.
Bummer.
All right. So it does save. Okay, no problem. So I see it bounce off and maybe attract their attention. So I hide right behind a tree, and what I do is I take out my whistle.
That's a minute. So what's interesting about that is that you cast that spell, and you said you ran kind of to move away. That totally makes sense. You have time just to look back and see that the spell didn't have any effect.
I just like pivot it around the tree. Yeah.
Yeah, and as you do that, the troll then looks over. And actually, let me start the troll's turn, and the troll's going to do a perception check, because you're all hidden in the grass. Okay, really low, so you can see it's looking, and it looks confused. I mean, troll's not super smart. It's looking for like a large creature, then the spell attacks and things are happening. It's going to run in the direction it was initially, and it's kind of pushing through. It even steps on one of those creatures, and you see that creature is not getting up, so there's one creature down. And it's just searching for a target right now. And that's turn, and now the other creatures are going to start. You see them start to fan out, and they're going to start searching for you guys. Rolling perception, cumulative perception for them.
Hive mind perception.
Yeah, hive mind perception, kind of mediocre. I'm going to say that the only person they see, Chad, you started to move. You cast your spell and started to move back towards the group. You have got one that kind of is fairly close and sees you, kind of through the grass, and you hear it's like makes this like screeching sound, and it's gonna roll an attack on you. You see it picks up its spear and hurls it at you. And that misses. So the spear just like right into the ground at your feet as you're running, and it's like, and that you see the rest of them start to kind of like a swarm start to form up and start going in that direction, and you see the troll looks that way as well. Seville, you're up, and Airset, you're after him.
So right at Otto, friends, we are leaving. And then Horshack, get this dwarf on your shoulder. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm staying invisible. How fast am I? How close am I to the troll?
Like 30 feet.
And the oncoming horde, are they behind the troll, or
they're about 15 feet away? They're kind of around the troll, but they started to surge toward the group looking for the rest of you.
My question is, do I have an isolation on the troll to go in and out quickly without being like hoarded around?
No, he's still got a whole bunch of those creatures like at his feet.
Oh, at his feet? Okay.
Or near him, yeah. Very close to him.
Okay, I'm just starting to, I'll cover the retreat. I've got my, you know what? Fuck it. I've got my hand crossbow. I'm firing an explosive tip into the troll.
Okay,
there you
go ahead.
That's more like it, baby.
Roll your attack.
That's more like it.
All right. Do I have advantage since he can't see where it's coming from? As I'm going to make my way just from a different direction and fire it at him.
You are invisible.
And guess what? Your timer is up.
Okay. Well, I'm firing.
I'll let you get the fire in. Normally I wouldn't, because we're trying this out. Let's just see.
All right. That is a 9 plus 7, 16.
16 hits.
All right.
Yay.
So go ahead and roll your damage. So, side note here, if you get that attack off, then we finish out like the damage and all that. It's still part of that turn. It's not like you don't get to roll damage. Of course you get to roll damage. So.
Okay.
Okay, what'd you get?
All right. Well, that's 8 on sneak attack.
Okay.
And on the hand crossbow is.
Wait, you get sneak attack? Why would you get sneak attack? You're 30 feet from it?
Well,
yes, but
attacking from being invisible.
Oh, yeah, but
I don't know. Seemed.
But
I
it's
have advantage, right? Because he doesn't know what it is.
You might have advantage actually on the attack. Yeah, I'd say you can have advantage on attack. See if you get a. I mean, you've already hit it, but see if you crit. But I don't think you get sneak attack because it's not. There's no sneak, even though it doesn't see where it comes from.
Normally, I think if you have advantage, you do.
As soon as I have advantage, I mean, I don't relay, but as soon as I do,
yeah, you do have advantage
on attack. You get sneak attack. Yeah.
Okay. Well, give me your damage.
Okay. So
8 for a sneak.
8 for the sneak, and that is 6 plus 4, so that's another 10.
Nice.
So it's 18, and then you're going to have to tell me how much that explosive tip on the.
Yeah, roll a d12, and you can add it.
Okay, a d12. I haven't rolled one of those yet.
I know,
And,
the rare
I'm guessing
d12.
my invisibility is now gone, I think, and that's an 8 on the explosive.
Okay, nice. Wow.
Okay.
26. That was a good turn. Good turn.
All right. Okay.
And you can just see this, just like this bolt hits him, just explodes, and all the creatures stop and look at this as you just see like chunks of rock and flesh and blood go out, and it's and now it looks pissed.
Without missing a beat, while he's doing nice one, Seville, and I run and charge as fast as I can, and I kind of parkour up his body so I could get as close as I can to his face. And
parkour.
I do, and then I use my poison spray like mace to see if I could just spray it all into his face and his eyes and his wound as much as I can, and just do
Okay.
as much damage as I can.
All right, do it.
All right. So that's because I'm level 6 now. It's a 2d12. Gonna be on.
Is it? I'm sorry. Is it a save?
Yeah.
Or is it an attack?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
has
it's a
to
save.
on a Constitution saving throw.
Thought so.
So,
And
but I was just. Okay, so what happens?
it is that fails. What do you got?
Okay, so he had to get a 14 or better. He
Yeah,
failed.
no, he failed big time. Rolled a 3.
All right. So that's 8 plus 10, 18 damage.
18 damage. All right, your time's about up. Do you want to do anything else? Your time.
I run back down. Oh, while I'm there, I don't know if I can. I want to stab him if I can.
Your timer is up.
I stab him with my dagger. Stab him with my dagger.
I'll say you can get that stab in, but you're staying on the troll.
That's fine. That's fine. Cause it's, I stab him with my dagger though.
Okay.
So that is a 25.
That hits.
Sounds like a hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just roll.
And
Your dagger's just a D4.
yeah.
Just roll it straight.
I got it. It's a 4 damage. Right in the wound though, in the neck.
Yeah. Just
Oh, I'm up there.
nice. Okay. Did not dig that. Otto, you are up.
All right. You had said that when they saw me, I believe they were described as a swarm-like clustered group, as well as
They actually are a little more clustered.
Yeah, so I'd
Yes.
like to just once again, this time at 3rd level.
Whoa. Okay.
I will shatter them again, and I will try to catch the troll at the bottom. He's so tall that I know Araset being on his back, I obviously want to try and once again aim it lower to the ground and get as many of his underlings and his lower body.
Okay. Yeah, I
can.
say you could do that. Because he is tall enough. Yep.
All these losers make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that's 19.
That will save, so they will only take half. Whoever got the 19.
Okay, so I'll say first of all, let me see how many. Let's see how many we got in here. Let's roll. Let's just roll d20. Okay. So I'm gonna say that you have 6 of the original in there. They drop and don't because it's half, right? Did you give me damage yet?
I haven't given it to you yet.
It doesn't really matter for those. Those 6 are gonna drop. So you see 6 just expire. Just as this boom, and they just get blasted off their feet.
Okay.
I got 19 total, so half would be
Okay.
9. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do 9.
Or
no, we can give you. I'm gonna round it up. We're gonna give you 10. I'm gonna do 10 because it'll just be easier.
9, 10.
So you have another 7 that get that. So another 7 take 10 points of damage, and you know what? I'll roll separately for the troll.
Okay, great.
Just see. Yeah, that one did not save. So the troll.
So he takes 19.
Takes a full 19.
And it's worth noting, Judd, that Shatter says this. A creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage. Disadvantage on the saving throw. So.
And it's not really made from it. You can see it's definitely organic, like flesh. It just has this, like rock stuff growing out of its back.
Yeah, it says. Well, to give you an idea, a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage if it's in the area. So it's like, it's effective against things like that. It's kind of fun, but.
Okay, yeah, I say we see like bits of the rock explode off. I think even part of his club just kind of cracks and like one of the blades falls out.
And I know I'm probably short on time. I want to use a bonus action.
Yeah, I forgot.
To expeditious retreat, and it will allow me to. It says when you cast a spell as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends, and when you cast it, you can take a dash action. So, since they've seen me, I basically want to now having expeditious retreat, move a great distance and try to lure them into chasing me and away from my friends, and just continue to make them vulnerable as I can be with their positioning.
All right, I'll allow that because we had some questions there. It's fine, and because they almost were focused on you anyway. As you do that retreat, you could see this swarm kind of bends to follow you. So your choices are to run kind of off to your left, which would be roughly where the burning boat would be, straight out to the river, or to the right back into the clearing. Just want to know.
Which one of those ways looks like it would give, say, Dagmara a clear shot at them?
Probably going back to the clearing, so you're not running directly into your other friends.
Yeah, that, of course. Yeah, so I'll do that. I don't want to bring them closer to our escaping.
Yeah, so you don't. You kind of they're kind of now backtracking the way that they ran out from the clearing as they follow you that direction.
Yeah,
and kind of lining them up.
So I'm actually able to move, 60 feet, double my normal movement because of the spell.
Okay.
And yeah, I just move a great distance. I imagine like the trees are kind of like as I like, start to like zoom through them and how
far does that get you? That retreat? Like how far do you run away?
So basically I can dash as part of that turn, so it would be 60
full, like
feet
60?
total.
Okay.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do... So now it's the creature's turn. Not the troll, but the creatures. And you can see they're looking around. First I'm going to do a perception check for them. Let me start my timer. Okay. Okay, so they got a really high perception. So they see you cutting through the trees ahead and going out into that clearing. And so one of them screams something out, and they just start, and kind of like that scene from 300 or all those other movies where they're like, you just see all of these spears are coming out of the sky, darkening the sky over you for a moment as they are all going around.
I just try to haul ass and get away from them.
So at 60 feet, let me just see for the spear. Rolled a nat 1. So
awesome.
So they're not skilled with throwing the spear. Yeah, they're like so haphazardly coming down around you, like just randomly. Like one 15 feet off that direction. One gets kind of close, lucky, and you kind of jump and just miss it. But there's like none of them are hitting you with any skill.
These guys are like the stormtroopers of Anachron.
They totally are the stormtroopers.
They totally are.
Nice.
100%.
But they all like funnel right out after you, and that is their turn. And they're going to be about 30 feet behind you. As they are trying to get up to you. So in that full 60 that you moved, you're probably like 20 away from disappearing into the reeds again on the other side of that clearing, just to let you know where you're at. So now Tabitha's up, and Dagmar, you're after that. So Otto, are you doing, or Chad, are you doing Tabitha?
Oh, yeah, sure. So,
okay, minute started.
Minute started. She is going to right up close and throw her blink dagger at this big dude.
Okay.
She's gonna try to aim up near its like head or neck.
Okay, like where Erised is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not at Erised.
Roll for attack.
Okay, so she got a 5 plus 6, 11.
Okay, so that definitely misses. Luckily, it didn't miss so badly that it hit Erised. But Tabitha watches as the blade just soars right over his head.
She's like, damn it! And she uses her bonus action to recall it to her hand.
Okay, it appears in her hand again.
And basically all I think she would try to do is command Snack to like run down any of the creatures that are trying to flee or pounce into one or something.
That's her turn, but I'll say so Snack just pounces off, and you see just go ahead and roll just for Snack, just for fun. Just roll a d20.
Okay.
I really need
7.
7. Yeah, so I'll say that Snack is just harassing these creatures as they run. They've got really kind of tough chitinous armor, so the claws come down, you hear it scraping across. It almost seems like it's not trying to hurt them, just trying to kind of corral them away. All right, that's it for her turn. Dagmar, you're up.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. How far away is Otto with the creatures? How far away are they from me?
Otto is 60 feet away from you.
Okay, can I make within that turn? Can I make the 60 feet running, dashing, like sprinting?
You can, but that would be your action, so you could definitely do it.
That's
and
fine.
kind of catch
I'm
up.
perfectly fine with that.
Okay.
Amazing. So I'm gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm literally bolting right after. As I'm bolting, if I can, I want to blow that whistle as I'm like running as fast as I can. I'm just like,
Yes,
just, like, go for the whistle,
Whoa.
and I just look up like with hope, and then. As I reach the creatures, I imbue myself with my bonus action, which is Dragon's Breath, and I'm just gonna just breathe it out at the back of this freaking funnel.
Well,
it's a
fuck.
15-foot
All right.
funnel, and so I wanna.
I fucking love it. I love it.
I would
Okay.
have loved it if right before you got to the Dragon's Breath part, he was like, "Time's up."
So, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. No. You still have 5 seconds, but
Okay, yay.
let's play this out. This is great. So, as you like full on like Wonder Woman sprint, it's just like you explode
Literally
out
no
of
man's
these.
land scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. And you're running past all of these creatures. You pull out your whistle, and this echoing sound just seems to like like a bubble expand outward and seems to like not be impeded by any of the bushes and brush and all these things as it just goes out into the ether. And then
I love it.
You pull that energy within yourself that you know so well, and then you just turn and on this oncoming group of these. Okay, so which
it's a dex save 15.
which
And if they
damage
don't
are you
save,
doing?
they take half it. Oh, I'm just gonna do fire.
Okay.
Burn them.
They rolled a 2, so they fail.
Oh, that's so
Barbecue
sad.
praying mantis.
Gonna barbecue. I've had barbecued like a roasted cricket. They're good. So we might have good dinner,
I've had
guys,
cricket, too.
tonight.
Exactly.
I
Cricket's
haven't had
great.
praying mantis.
Okay, so
I like praying
3d6
mantis.
damage. How many did I affect? Do you think?
What's
Because it
the
is- Well, it's a 15-foot cone.
15-foot
And
cone?
if they're clustered, how many do you want to
They're
give me?
pretty clustered, yeah. I'm gonna say, and then what's the range? It doesn't matter. So
3D.
I'm gonna say you do it as you run by. Let's let the dice decide, because this is
I'm just gonna
tricky.
do this. I'm gonna do a 3d6. I'm gonna do it the auto. I'll just do it through. Wait. How do I roll?
Okay. What did I get?
Okay, never mind.
You so we have 12 of these creatures that are still at 100% health. We have 6 that are damaged. You're going to be able to hit 11 of them.
Okay.
And yeah. So give me your damage.
Okay. So that's actually it's 46. Pardon. That's level second. Yeah. 46.
Okay.
Cool. I got 3, and 5. Perfect.
So 14. So 14. Okay. So out of those 11, 6 just die. I mean, they just see they get incinerated with this fire, this magical fire, and they're tearing at themselves, and kind of each one just falls down dead. So they are gone. So now we have 5 that are damaged and 7 that are undamaged. So 12 remaining. Nicely done.
Awesome.
And okay, now it's the troll's turn. So Erisette, hold on a second. Let me start my timer, because I'm not very good at playing a troll. So this might play to your. Okay, so it's gonna come up and try to scrape you, basically off of it with a claw attack. It gets 3 attacks.
Okay.
So that is a 19 plus, so that definitely hits you.
Now, does it have trouble finding me at all because I still have my pass without trace. Guys.
No, because you're literally hanging on to it. Also, at the start of its turn, you see that like some of the wound that's right in front of your face starts to knit itself together and heal up. You see it's healing itself by 10 points. So all right. So I'm just gonna roll the attacks really fast. It's gonna go claw, and it's gonna try to grab you and bite you. So here's its second attack. And I think I'm almost running out of time myself. I love this. That is a 17. That hits as well. And I think I'm out of time. So I'm just going to roll damage for those. It misses its third attack because I was too slow. Because I had to do my regeneration.
Ooh.
Okay.
So let me see.
Backfires.
A claw, and it's a plus. It's a 2d6 and a 1d6. Okay. So you get 10, 15 plus 15, 19, 23 points of slashing damage.
What?
All right.
What?
All right.
Yeah.
Ow.
And luckily it didn't get its third attack. That was only 2 attacks. I rolled damage really well.
All right.
Not amazing at all.
It's not amazing at all. And that is the troll's turn. It's going to stay there trying to deal with you. Seville, you are up.
All right. Hortsnack, are you jumping in the game here or what?
Oh, I forgot about Horsack. Jesus.
Does he have an initiative, by the way?
No, I didn't even roll it. I'm going to roll him right now, and we'll take his turn. See where he fits in. Oh, terrible initiative. So he would have been after Otto. Hortsack. Okay, so Hortsack's gonna run up and he's going right through, like pushing aside those creatures and going right up to the troll. See him swing his big axe around and come through a leaping attack right at this troll. And that is... that just hits. Okay, so rolling his damage. Nope, d12. And oh, nice! It takes away that regen. 12 points of damage on that. And he raged, by the way. So he raged. Okay, so all right. Seville, you're up.
I just say to Abel, stay down. And I yell at him and I run right to the troll and I'm coming up, rapier out. And I'm coming with booming blade and I'm looking for an opening. And I'm just lunging and skewering him in any part of the flesh I can.
On the troll?
On the troll.
All right. Do it.
Right. And I have advantage of that because obviously Arisette's there. So that is a...
Swashbuckler.
Yeah. So it's a big hit, 25.
That hits.
All right. So first 1d8. So that's an 8 plus 5 is 13.
Okay.
Then Booming Blade.
Booming Blade!
Which is another 7. So that's 20. And Sneak Attack is 9. That's another 11. So that's 31 points of damage.
Oh, Seville, why don't you tell me how you end it?
Oh.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
Right, so I just see an opening as he's engaged. Arisette's trying to just tear at him, and Hortsack is big lumbering, standing toe to toe with him. I just find a nice opening where his exposed belly is, and I just skewer into the flesh, up into the heart, a quick jab, and then I just back away and watch this lumbering fool fall.
And as it falls, Arisette, you watch all this. You see Hortsack jump out of the way, and I'm gonna say you do some kind of cool, elvish thing, unless you want to tell me anything specific. But as
I leap off of him.
Yeah, you leap with a little.
And I jump into Seville's arms actually, and I'm like, oh.
I'll catch Wild Sauce as she falls.
You catch her as boom, and this is interesting. The moment that this thing falls, you see that the creatures that are chasing Otto and Dagmara, suddenly the remaining ones stop and kind of just they all scatter in different directions.
That's right. Go on then. Your evil leader is defeated. You cowards. And then like I kind of like just waltz over to everybody and I'm just like, see, it was fine.
And I gotta give it like a little like bow, high five as we pass by. I
Agmara,
can't believe this.
how many healing potions did you make with that flower? Or is it too soon?
That takes a while.
Too soon. I'm sorry, Ursa. I've not started. Are you all right? What happened?
No, not at all.
And I suppose I look at her and I see that she's not all right.
Yeah, you
But
see
I'm
it's like claw, like
partially
giant
sarcastic,
claw
are you?
Oh,
marks.
and I'm like, okay, so I guess there was a little smudge along the way, but let me help you.
Ah, thank you.
I just look. I was like, what happened to all this stealth? And I mean,
Well, I thought, you know, we would use it for the rescue, but then, you know, kill them all. I don't know. That's what I imagined in my head the whole time.
I
really
walked past
excited.
Otto, put my hand on his shoulder, and look to Gabby and give her a wink. Well done, clan. Well done. And I'll go to Ebel.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's my own issues. Maybe it's my own issues that I imagine murder so quickly. I like make a note in my journal, and the note says, "Maybe you imagine murder too quickly."
Look at Otto. I just look at Otto and I'm like, well, birds of a feather. What can I say?
Can you imagine healing quickly? Because I could really use that.
Yes, of course. And I will cast a healing word onto her.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
All right.
And Hortzak, you see, comes over and he's got his axe and he's like, well, a lot more to y'all than I thought, and I thought pretty highly from the outset. So I thought we were all gonna die there. Well done. Well done. That was fun, wasn't it?
It was successful.
Yeah.
You've got 9 health back. Sorry. Sorry that it wasn't more.
Here's a band-aid.
Thank you. I feel better. I feel a bit better.
Now that will
Hortzak.
set you straight.
Did you get your fair share of slicing and dicing?
Not as much. I fell asleep there for a moment. I don't know. It's almost like the person controlling me wasn't paying attention. I don't know. But I got a lick
You're
in.
just in awe watching all of us.
You know, it's good to
Don't
like.
give me a badass.
I didn't want to just take your kills. You know, I want y'all to grow a little too.
Well, you did have a plan. But
And-
I'm glad because I think there's something here. And I'm still hurt, but I'm just starting
can
to
you
look for
imagine?
whatever they dragged from the boat, I'm sure is here. And I'm looking for it with all my might.
Yeah,
to
roll
find-
investigation check.
We couldn't have met
I have a question.
a giant
I'll question.
Natural 20.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
Plus, you still add your modifier. It's not an instant success, as I did a video
Plus my
about it. But it's
investigation.
damn
which
good.
is 23 plus my proficiency bonus, which is doubled in here. So let's call it a 26.
26. I love it. All right, hold on. We'll come back to you. That's amazing. What were you?
A question.
Yes, go.
First, question is, do I have anything in my, I mean, I'm not quite sure what I've picked so far of what I've gathered from my room specifically, but if I have any leaf or anything that's almost like a tonic, almost like a coca leaf, not in a bad way, just to give her a set to boost up her energy again.
Yeah, I'd say you've got something in your pack that maybe I tell you what. Hold on, let me see.
I just take something out and I start like smushing it together, like forming it into almost like a little ball.
Actually, from your studies of making the healing potions here, that you take some of that flour that you've plucked and you grind it down in your hand so it becomes this like beautiful yellow kind of paste. And you know that if you put it inside her mouth and have her suck on it, it will have some healing properties. It doesn't heal much, but it does. It has like a medicinal sort of,
Okay.
almost like a medicinal euphoria. We're gonna call it.
Oh.
Perfect. Yeah, that will help. So I just kind of like grind it up, and I kind of give her like almost roll it up in a petal. Here, is that just consume what's within this, and it should. Let's hope it helps. No healing potion yet, but you're gonna have to forgive me, my friend. I think this will help you a little bit better.
How kind you are. It's almost as good as a foot rub. Thank you.
Well, there
and
it
I kind of
is.
just like,
So
put my hand on her head, like, I'm glad you're alive. I look at the troll also, and I was like,
and I just kind of stroke her face, and I say, thank you. It's really sweet.
yeah. I just kind of like grab her hand, and I'm like, yeah, just take care of that.
How much does it help me? How much does it help
It
me?
literally will heal you for 1 point, but
Okay.
you feel
But it'll
like
make
you
you feel really
emotionally,
nice.
yeah, you feel a lot better, a lot kind of.
Yeah, I'm like super cheered up now.
Yeah, you are.
Placebo.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be good. It's all gonna be good. It'll be good.
I love it. Okay, so Otto, did you want to do something before I go to Ariset?
No, go ahead.
Okay, Ariset. You kind of quickly you see the bodies, of course, that got dragged in here that they were eating. You see a pile of their clothes. There's a little bit of armor, but it's mostly clothes, and it's probably not warriors for the most part. There's not much in this camp. You see a whole bunch of spears. You see there are these little like carved wood bowls with some kind of like dark, almost looks like a seaweed in there. You see those all throughout the camp. And then of course there's the cave. Do you want to go inside the cave?
I do. I'll go straight on into that cave.
Okay, you go into the cave and you find a large cask, intact cask, and the top is missing, and inside is a bunch of that same black sort of, it almost looks like a tar type of leaf, slimy, again, like seaweed. There's this whole cask of it. There's another cask next to it which has this like remnant black residue, but it's mostly empty. It's got a little bit of that stuff at the bottom. What strikes you when you first walk in and you turn around, you see that there is a painted red dagger on the wall, tip pointing down. And because of you had such a great investigation roll, you see there's a little pile of stuff in the corner. It looks like belongings that were taken off of these people. Move over to it, I assume. And you find a sword, a long sword actually. It's quite big, it's quite heavy. Moving that aside, you find a pouch, leather pouch, and you find another book.
Got them. I'm also taking the long sword.
Okay, it's quite heavy. You can compared to your rapier, you're surprised at just how much strength it takes you to kind of pick this thing up.
Yeah. Is there anything else there?
No.
Okay. I just come dragging it out and I say, Hortsack, here's something for you.
And he's like,
give him
whoa,
a
just
sword.
like, oh, and he like, spins it around in his hand.
And
Oh,
then
that's a
here's
mighty fine
something for
blade.
you, Otto. You're the reader. And I give it to Otto and I give him the book.
Okay.
And I don't tell anybody about the pouch. I'm just gonna look at it secretly later.
Okay.
See what...
I just look at her and I roll up another leaf of that squished up yellow petal substance, and I'm like, here, just a little bit more. Just,
You're so
you can eat it.
sweet.
Take another point of healing.
Yes, yep. Another point of healing. Yeah.
Good.
She's
Man,
really gone. She's really-
we really have hacked the system. Guys, we can replenish our health real easily, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see how many of those you find now.
It just depends on whether there are any side effects that catch up with you, I guess.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
As with all good things.
I'll check out the book she gave me.
As you open this up and you look at it's well kept, and it's got well kept, a lot of use. You could tell it's a beautiful like green leather exterior, and it looks like it's open and closed a bunch. And you open it and you kind of leaf through, and you see the writing looks like it might be coded. But as you flip, you find drawings. And this is clearly maps of like smaller areas, not of like the continent, but small areas. You see like mountain ranges, rivers. You see there's a little town denoted, and it says Barricage. And so you see the town, there's a river, there are mountains, and on the other side, it looks like a heavy forest with a river running into a pool in the direct middle of this forest. And that's one of the kind of more detailed maps as you're looking, and you're just seeing a bunch of code. It doesn't make any sense to you.
Well, I let everyone know. It appears we have some maps drawn into here, and a cipher, perhaps. And I will, I'll study it and try to see if I can make any sense of it. If I could notice any pattern in the puzzle of the
why
words.
don't you
or anything.
roll an intelligence check for me?
What maps, Otto? Maps of the area nearby?
Yes, have a look for yourself. There is.
And actually, you
areas-
can make an investigation. Sorry,
Investigation.
in case you have any bonuses or proficiencies.
I got 9. 9.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what you do. Glean from flipping.
I got a proficiency in investigation. Should I do it?
Well, he's looking
Yes,
at.
have
I
a
mean,
look.
okay, yeah.
That might help.
Now you may. Yeah.
There you go.
The one thing that you can glean, Otto, is that this cipher is well constructed because you can't figure out any patterns. Nothing that looks obvious, anyway. What'd you get,
Got it.
Dagmara?
I got 12.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Like, you feel like, wait, if this is an A, and you're like, you keep trying to play around, and you're like, I got
That
nothing.
must be B. Yeah. Dang
Yeah,
it.
it looks pretty complex.
Otto and I are just like,
Well,
yeah.
I was gonna keep this secret, but I'm terrible at keeping secrets. So, and I just pull out my pouch and I
Good to know.
see if there's anything in that, in case maybe it's a rubric or something that could help decode this. So
You have a rubric. You have a decoder.
I mean, it
What's
could be. You
Eyeball
don't
doing?
know. It could be like in the bottom of the Lucky Charms packet is like here. Could be. You don't know.
That's true.
So you present it. Are you looking inside?
Yeah, pull it out.
Pull it out, you open it up, and you see gems inside here. There are 4 diamonds. Each of these, you take them out, and they're pretty large, and they're beautifully cut. They're probably the nicest gem you've seen to date. Each one's worth 150 gold. And there are
Is it now?
additional 2 sapphires that are also beautiful and quite large, equal to about 80 gold each for those.
Oh my gosh. Well, don't hold it against me, gents, but I give 1 diamond to Dagmara and 1 to Tabitha. And I say 2 best friends I've ever had. And I keep the other diamond for me and the other 2 sapphires.
Cool.
Reset. Thank you. I was just preparing 2 of those petals to give you as a trade, but wow, you can still have the petals.
I'll take them.
Thank
Now
you.
don't go overpaying someone with those.
Yes, don't go giving them to any guards willy-nilly again, Dagmara, okay?
What's going
I
on with
will
me and
not.
Eyeball here?
Not this time. What, Otto, do you want a petal?
No, that's all right.
No,
thank you.
Missing out.
Is there
You're
anything
missing
else,
out.
Airset, or can we move over to Ebel?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Although I did take 2 more hits of her petal.
You got 2 hit points.
While
did.
bringing the health
Yeah,
up.
that's it. Okay.
Hit points.
Is it more of like a indica petal, like a?
Yodi.
Yeah.
I think it's like just like sugar tablet, but I'm like just loving it. It's just
No,
like
it's magic. It's magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Seville, now that the battle's over,
moderation.
you go over to Ebel, and he is like, actually looks like maybe passed out. he's looking really kind of weak. You can see his coloring is really drained. No facial hair at all on him. Very stout. Looks like he's his skin is rough. A lot of sun exposure. Unusual for any dwarf, but he looks like a tough lad who's been through the ringer. You look at his hands are completely cut in a circle for where the ropes were cutting in. Same on his ankles. He's covered in cuts and bruises. And right now he's just lying on the ground.
He's not conscious?
No, he's passed out.
Ooh, I knew we should have given him a
Health potion.
He's alive. You can see he's breathing, but he's passed out.
I mean, I have a health potion I could give this dude.
Well, or we could, see if he comes around and not waste one.
You can give
but
him a
not
pedal.
dead. You can stabilize him
Let's
and
pedal him up.
wakes up in the boat, or
Let's
pedal him up.
All right. I just
Yeah,
quickly
give him a
pedal
pedal
up.
and give him Zuzu pedals and.
Man, if I can save these so I can make an actual potion, that would be great.
Yeah, let's
But-
do
You,
it.
you do
Let's
know,
just-
Dagmara, for the effects
Wake
to
him up.
really work, he would have to actively kind of like chewing tobacco. He'd have to kind of suck on the juices. So unconscious, just sticking in his cheek is not going to do anything.
Okay, well then I'll save it.
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
Well, I'm
that.
taking.
Let's
I'll
try
take
to
my ring
rouse
back.
him and see if we can resuscitate him in some way.
Hortzak comes up to you. Oh, all right. So I say we got two options here. We can make camp, this clearing in that cave. How was that cave? Is it reasonable?
Actually, yeah, it was nice. It's kind
No,
of
I already said, what'd you find in there?
not much except for some black tar. I think it was feeding it to the mantis creatures as a way to sort of control them. I'd stay away from that stuff, but if we stay away from that, we ought to be all right.
Black tar.
Yes.
Let me go take a look at that. I was thinking we can make camp here, or we can just get back in the boat and push on. We still got several more hours of light, but this could be a well-defendable little place here.
Yeah. I'd
Well, it
rather
might be a
get
good
rest.
idea to do so.
Yeah. I could
But
use
hold
a
on,
bit
let
of
me go
rest.
take a look.
All right, I'm gonna carry him. I'm gonna carry Ebel over to the cave entrance and
Okay. All right, you pick him up and you go,
Follow
and a moment later you see Hortzak comes out and he's holding, and he's like, now, it's getting weird around here. This is whipweed, but it's supposed to be green. I've never seen it like this before. This is not right. And he throws it on the ground. Stinks.
This has been corrupted by the necromancers.
Oh, there's a
They've been
giant
fermenting
painted. Did you see that painted dagger on the wall in there?
Yeah. Yeah. You think something's up with that?
what dagger?
There's a big
Yeah, what
red
dagger?
painted dagger. Actually, Dagmara Seville, roll history checks.
Okay.
Yeah, point down. I don't know, paint it on the wall.
Oh, maybe we should dig underneath the dagger and see what's buried there.
Harrison, I thought you said you didn't find anything. There's a big red dagger standing here.
This was a giant, looked like a glyph on the wall. I didn't think much of it.
A big red demon dagger staring down? Okay.
Yeah.
How much? So
All
it's a clock hand.
You got 10?
12. 12.
12. It
Didn't blame you
was,
guys.
yeah. Seville, you're not, it tickles some part of your memory, but you can't quite place it. Dagmara, it takes you a moment, but, and you go in and you look at it, and the moment you see it, you're like, you have seen that symbol before. It was early in your training at the temple when you were learning about the other gods, and some of the more evil gods. The red dagger is one of the symbols of Fornuge.
Ooh, would I make a religion check instead?
Uh,
Nah,
no.
dump stat.
Well, let me out. I can tell you. I can tell you.
Because-
Seville.
No.
This. I can barely remember and place it, but I know this much. This is one of the symbols of Fornuge. I used to study that at the temple.
Studied Fanuge at the temple, you naughty girl, you.
Well, it's a good bet the necromancers are
Oh,
here.
hey, don't be jealous, Otto.
Nice.
Never.
Good bet the Empire is
Better start the evacuation.
evacuation code.
This is one of the symbols. There's whatever. Either these creatures have been influenced by him, or they serve him, or
Well, obviously the necromancers. This is their influence. They must have made their way here.
I'm feeling a little different about staying here now, but I think we're on the right trail.
Well,
Oh, you think
deep
it'd be
are the
a
caves?
bad idea?
Yeah, does it go back? Is there...
like
It's like a hollow. It's like 20-foot diameter.
So
in
it
there.
closes at the back. then.
Yeah, it's just like a. Yeah,
Okay.
It doesn't lead anywhere.
okay.
well,
We should maybe
I
at
think
least
we
use
should-
it to talk with this dude, right?
Yeah. Can we wait? Can we take an hour and just see if he comes around? Maybe do a little short rest?
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
that sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say like all of this investigation and kind of clean up from this battle, and you're sitting around. You take an hour. You can all have a short rest. So Ariset, you can roll some hit
Nice.
die if you want. And you
Okay.
see Ebel's eyes kind of flutter open, and he sits up, kind of like cracking his neck, and he's like,
Welcome back.
oh. And he's kind of looking at, you can barely see like the troll dead off in the distance. Well, I owe you all hell of a thanks. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You want to tell us, you know a man named Balar?
Balar.
Balar Gesk, archivist from Aslan. Balir, that's the one.
Yeah, yes. I was supposed to be meeting him when we were set upon. Did he send you?
Well, not exactly, but let's just say it's a fortunate coincidence that we came upon you and him. What can you tell us about what you were carrying, what you were meeting him about? And it's all right, and I'll go into his mind. I'm Edgeguard.
Yeah, and you see he's just starting to kind of like his whole aspect started to change, like go on defensive and start to kind of scoot away, and then you do that. That's how you talked to me before. I thought maybe some arcane method, but Edgeguard, huh? Who's the king?
Dolian.
Well, everybody knows that. I gotta come up with better questions. Anyway,
do.
nobody else can do that, and I'm tired. I work for the archive. My job is gathering information, and I was sent to investigate a certain place on the far side, but listen, I'll tell you everything, but there are others here. I think we better get out of here before they come back. Other creatures, this is some sort of a meeting point.
Who was that troll? Were you able to gather? How did this being come to prominence?
I don't know. We got attacked. There were other creatures, smaller, fast, with bows. Killed all of us, drove the ship ashore, killed us, took a couple of us, and then gave us to this lot. There was a man, human, I think. Could have been elf, I don't know. Hood, dark robes, talking to the troll, visiting. But he's gonna come back, and he's bringing more creatures. I think we need to go. I'll tell you
And the
everything, but I
symbol.
think we need to get out of here.
I just found a symbol that I copied onto my little sketchbook of the dagger. Have you seen this symbol before? That's inside this cave?
I didn't know it was in there, but that's Fornuja's symbol, yes.
Yes.
Does
Haven't
it
seen
have
it anywhere
power?
else.
The symbol? I mean,
In proximity.
I'm not skilled in the arcane arts, but I think it's more of an identifier. I saw some of the creatures, though, that attacked us had that on their armor. And he stands up. Do you have a boat? I think we need to get away. I'll tell you the rest.
Yes.
There's information that we must get back to the kingdom, but we must get out of here.
Yeah, I don't wait. I'm like, gotcha. And I just head on to that boat because he sounds like he's seen this guy recently and I need to get away fast. I don't want to be taken.
I just take a rock and I'm just going to deface the for news symbol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
It looks like it was.
Tag
it's
it.
not made out of blood. It looks like it was marked with some kind of like smeared vegetative dye, and you just scrape it. You see like bits of it like flake off, and you manage to like scrape the whole thing away.
Yeah.
Seville was here.
Awesome.
And as the rest of you kind of head back towards the boat, and Hortzak is leading the way, Ebel stays back with you, Seville, and he grabs your arm as soon as you're out of earshot a little bit, and he looks at you. We've got to get back to the kingdom. I think something truly terrible is about to happen. And he starts to walk off, and we're going to leave it there tonight, everyone.
Whoa.
Okay.
Omen.
Wow.
A telling omen, perhaps.
Yes. So I didn't have terrain because I didn't think that you guys would fight, but I did have that dude. I should have showed you. I just looked over and I'm like, oh yeah, he's right next
Wow,
to me.
look at him.
Nice.
That was the big troll.
Oh.
I don't have-
Oh, that's so
That was really
wicked.
cool.
Here it is in scale, just so you guys can see.
Oh.
Rock troll action there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's
it's
That's
really cool.
so cool.
Rocks and crystals on the back.
yeah.
Oh my
like
god,
it.
huge.
This I did not paint this. This came painted by our friend Jeff at RPG Elements. If you don't know him, check him out on
nice.
Etsy. He's a good guy.
Very
Good
cool.
painter.
Yeah,
All
very
right, everyone. So our we have some. I wanted to have some time here to wrap up our giveaways, because all of you out there have been so amazing with all the follows and the subscriptions, and following our YouTube and joining the Discord. I see all of you joining. I'm so excited that our community is growing. We really do have the most amazing community out there. So I'm super, super excited. We're going to pull the names of our winners. I think I was supposed to do this before, but everybody who's in right now, this is for this is our bonus giveaway. You're going to put the word into chat, swamp. Put it into chat one time, only one time. That's for the t-shirt and the set of dice. And then the other one, I will pull our winner, which I think is now
Very
officially ended. So let me see if I remember how I pull my winner here.
Ooh.
Winners. Okay, one winner unpicked. So I'll give everybody out there a moment to enter that keyword. We'll do that drawing first, and then we'll do our big drawing. So thank you, follower. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad MB. Another Chad.
Another Chad.
Chad number 2. Another Chad.
Wow, D&D
Always
player
use more
888. He's got to be one of the coolest like one of the coolest monikers. I like that.
Nice.
D&D player 888.
All right. Well, you guys, first of all, you players, crazy players. I love it. You played really smart tonight. I tried to make
What do
that
you mean,
look.
just tonight?
Yeah, just tonight. Usually not so smart, but tonight really smart.
Job.
Come on, that was a good sneak there with the
No, it was great.
the ring and the recharge.
You would have gotten away without any, but it was cool because you engaged just in case. I had that backup stuff in there in case you did it, and you did.
Nice.
So
It really worked out.
Well, hey,
for
we
sure.
vanquished a terrible threat from the swamp. That
sure
big
did.
giant thing, he couldn't just be left to his own devices.
Right.
you can't.
Yeah.
do
True.
you
He
can't.
needs to go.
No.
You're a bad
that
dude.
wouldn't do.
We own the night.
Gonna go and tag its dagger on other caves, and you don't want that. Just get it away.
I just felt sorry for the praying mantises. They're like peace-loving little stick bugs, and now he's turning them evil. It's not cool.
Well, now they're
I mean,
free. Now
Maybe
they're free.
they
Thanks
maybe
for
they just were
Phoenixes,
evil
they
too.
rose.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not fully convinced.
I wouldn't say that they're evil in nature. You can even see in your book, Ariset, that it talks about them. I mean, they're very kind of just instinctual. They're just, you know, they're hunters, and they're just another dangerous thing out here in the swamp.
I mean, no one's born evil, but here we are. I'm looking at Otto. Looking at myself. Here we are. No one wants to be evil.
Okay, I'm just waiting. Okay.
Can sneak up on you.
Okay, we're gonna do
That's right.
we're gonna do our last. We'll do a 30-second countdown. So if you haven't already, enter the word swamp one time into chat to be entered for our bonus giveaway
One time.
tonight, because we went well over 700 followers tonight. I don't know where we're
Who's
at,
your
but-
pick? I'm feeling Abby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Seville has called this like
Abby.
once or twice.
Yeah, he's excited.
I'm gonna
Call it
say-
twice. When we were at the
Huge
table,
boy.
I haven't done it on air, like on the Zoom yet. But when we were at
Oh.
the table, I called it twice in the early days.
Okay.
Yeah. Huge boy, you know?
I'm gonna guess like a Russian bot that doesn't even watch the show.
Yeah,
Russian
which is
bot,
probably
congratulations
D&D
to you.
888.
Привет,
Like great success.
мой товарищ.
I am guessing
Nice job, Jen. That was good.
Arella
Very nice.
Valino. Arella Valino.
Oh, Ara Valino, that's Kello. That's our Kello.
Oh, that's Kello.
I'm feeling it.
He's a ninja.
Kello is a Makuta just like watching the show.
Yeah,
He's,
exactly.
like, chilling, having
He's
a
catching
beer.
it on this like magical
Yeah, he's like,
like.
oh, no necromancers here. We're just gonna have fun, I guess.
We're all good now. Just turning it into a happy
Yeah.
place. All right, so that is it. Ashley, you can pull the name for that winner and let me know, and I'll announce it. And then I will do the big pull.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the chat. The chat's like, no, I'm the Russian bot.
What's the Russian bot now?
That's what a Russian bot would
Smart
say.
bot, the smart bot, the bot that's smart enough to
Really.
talk about being a
I'm
bot.
Spartacus.
You've been programmed to do.
All right, so it is Hectic Vexer. Hectic Vexer, congratulations! You win a
It's the
roll.
Russian bot.
It's a. Спасибо.
Congratulations, Hectic Vector.
So my prediction came true.
Oh, he's
Yes.
the bot that
Well, there's
wins.
still one more to go.
Yeah. So
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Ashley will DM you so we get your size for the T-shirt. You get a set of dice from Skull Splitter. And now because of the other giveaway, and I'll remind you the prize package. Then I'll do the drawing. I don't have the Twitch name through this. I only have your real name. So we'll announce the first name and last name, initial, whatever, a letter of your last name. We won't say your full name on air, and then we will reach out to you. Hopefully you're present. That was kind of one of the rules, but we realized we can't really figure out how to prove that right now. So, but hopefully it doesn't matter. You guys are
You
all
can
amazing.
have them say present in the chat.
Yeah. If that's your name, say it's me. But of course, everybody will say that. But we have your email, so you can't fake it. All right. So let me draw a winner. So as a reminder, it is the book, the new Tasha's Cauldron. So excited. I don't even have that yet. I want that.
so good.
Set of dice from Skull Splitter. A painted mini from Thrill Studios, and a shirt from the role players. So let's draw our winner. Draw.
Brett.
Drawing. Oh, it is. Okay, it is Dynal. Hopefully I said that right. Dynal. Last name begins with an R. If you're in chat, let us know. Otherwise, we'll email
You're
you.
present.
Dino R. Woo!
Dino. I'm not sure he.
Wait, if they're not in chat, I thought they don't get to win.
I don't think they're in the chat. I didn't find him.
Okay. Well, we don't know what their name, what their Twitch name would be. But
Well, are you someone there? Are you there?
we'll give them.
This is Toots, my game.
Hello?
Well, I'll give them a moment.
Hello.
Yeah, I thought we said that they had to be in chat.
I thought it was.
I'm just the DM. I'm not the producer. Yeah, I'm texting the producer right now. Hold on.
In the meantime.
Redraw.
Here.
Redraw.
Respond. He's not here. No.
I think it's a she, but but you know, can't tell. That's not my place anyway.
Snows yours.
We'll say I do not think they are present. I'm waiting for word back from producer. Check Slack, please. So we'll see what we're doing. Oh, I guess we're okay. All right. We have confirmation outside of chat. They are present. We got it. So,
Awesome.
congratulations. And package is going out. We'll contact you to get your size for the shirt and all that. Congratulations. And everybody else, thank you so much for participating in the Role Players Black Friday giveaway. You'll see more giveaways soon. So if you didn't win tonight, do not fret. Do not despair. We have more amazing goodness coming. Hopefully our Maddie Bryan is back next week. We miss her terribly. And we'll see as this group goes deeper into the swamp to finally find that corruption of Fornouge site. We'll see what happens, y'all. We'll see you next week. Love y'all. And actually, and Numenera next Wednesday. Numenera next Wednesday. Don't miss it.
Yes.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Hope to see you there, and good night, everyone.
Good night. Have a great holiday
Good night.
Thanks
weekend.
again for all the
Have a
love and
wonderful
support.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.